Welcome students. Good evening to all of you. So how are you guys? Yes, welcome Sudhanshu, Bhumika, Komal, Kiran Shukla. Just four numbers. Students, I had requested you to join in large numbers. So probably there are some more people who are in the process of joining. Yes, Miss Singh, Rajiv Kumar, Darshan C, all familiar names. So today, students, as you know that it is a sort of practice session, and we shall be discussing how to attempt answers in auditing paper and how to answer case studies and how to answer MCQs. And we have with us eminent faculty, Board of Studies, ICI, CA Shri Rajiv Sadevaji, and he would be there here with us throughout the session, and he would be guiding all of you. So in case you have any doubts about preparation, or you have any doubts, many lingering doubts about exams, so you can directly ask him. So we have with us CA Shri Rajiv Sadevaji, Faculty, Board of Studies. So students, I am giving it to him to start with, and if there are any queries, you can send your mails. Then we shall be doing some practice questions, some case studies, followed by MCQs. Okay. So over to you, Rajiv sir.
Thank you, Shishi. And good evening to each and every student who has joined for the class. And students, about 1 month back, approximately about 1 month back, I discussed with you few tips for preparations along with your classes, or in this direction, if you have really worked on those tips, five definition I had suggested to do each and every day. And students, 1 month has gone, 30 days have gone approximately, and you should have a backup of 150 definitions with you. If not 150, at least 100 definition backup must be with you. Moreover, students, I had also asked you to prepare backup of questions itself, and in that direction also I had discussed with you 2-3 questions, I suppose, और उस डायरेक्शन में भी मैंने आपको टिप्स शेयर किए थे कि क्वेश्चंस कैसे आपने प्रिपेयर करना है. तो can I have the feedback of you, how many students are following that, and how they are feeling, how and at what level their preparations have reached? Can I have the feedback of the students? Ashish, can I have the feedback?
Yes, students, Rajiv sir is asking about your feedback about what he had told you a month back regarding how to prepare. So are you following that, or you are not following that? Yes, students, give your feedback with the lightning speed. Yes, guys, come on. Sir, Kiran is saying that she has done 70 definitions. 70.
That's great figure. Who is this student?
Kiran Shukla.
And
she has also stated that she is finding chapter 9 very difficult.
Okay, we will devote in this practice sessions, we will devote much time on chapter 9. एंड वी विल टुगेदर वी विल एक्सप्लेन टू यू कि आप क्वेश्चंस की प्रिपरेशन करें कैसे। अब हमने बोल तो दिया, लेकिन हम लाइव सेशन में स्टूडेंट्स, both of you, both of us will discuss with you, will share with you each and every strategy कि आप तैयारी करें कैसे। खाली बोलना नहीं है, हमने प्रैक्टिकली करके दिखाना है स्टूडेंट्स। आप बिलीव मी, इन 3 लेक्चर्स में आपके, मेरा टारगेट जो है, ज्यादा बड़ा टारगेट नहीं मैं रखता, मैं कहता हूं कि एटलीस्ट अगर आप 10 क्वेश्चंस भी करने में कामयाब, मैं 10 सिर्फ कह रहा हूं, हालांकि हम ज्यादा क्वेश्चंस करेंगे, हमारे साथ अगर आप 10 क्वेश्चन भी, ओनली 10 क्वेश्चन इफ यू आर एबल टू डू फ्रॉम एग्जामिनेशन पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू, तो स्टूडेंट्स आप वंडर कर सकते हैं ऑडिटिंग के अंदर। तो वी विल डिस्कस हाउ टू डू, that is more important, and implementation on your part. What I expect earlier also, I had told you that implementation on the part of students, ठीक है, मैंने स्ट्रेटेजी आपको बता दी, नाउ इम्प्लीमेंटेशन इज योर प्रेरोगेटिव। तो अभी भी स्टूडेंट्स, जिन स्टूडेंट्स ने अभी भी करना शुरू नहीं किया, वो आज से शुरू कर दें। मैं दोबारा से एक बार बता दूंगा, आप आज से शुरू करिए, और शुरू करना बहुत जरूरी है। यू शुड स्टार्ट एटलीस्ट। ये नहीं कि मैं कल से शुरू करूंगा, कल से और 1 महीना आपने और गुजार दिया तो फिर एग्जाम बहुत नजदीक आ जाएगा। अभी भी एग्जाम में 4 मंथ अप्रोक्सीमेटली हैं। जिन स्टूडेंट्स ने अभी भी नहीं शुरू किया, टाइम शॉर्ट है, टाइम कभी बहुत ज्यादा टाइम नहीं है एग्जाम में। आप सोचोगे अभी तो बहुत दूर एग्जाम है, सीए स्टूडेंट्स को वैसे भी एग्जाम बहुत दूर नजर आते हैं, और जबकि मैं हमेशा से ये स्टूडेंट्स को कहता हूं कि एग्जाम को 6 महीना भी अगर आपके हैं तो उसे पास ही फील करो, बिल्कुल जैसे कल ही एग्जाम है। और आपको इतने ड्रास्टिक लेवल पे तैयारी करनी चाहिए, अच्छे तरीके से तैयारी करनी चाहिए। 10 आवर्स ए डे आप पढ़ो, और कोई काम तो आपके पास होता नहीं, तो पढ़ो तो पूरा। तो स्टूडेंट्स, और कोई फीडबैक आया शीश जी?
Sir, Himanshu Pathak, he is saying that once the taxation direct and indirect tax started, all stopped suddenly and tried to link things, but chapter 13 is not working with me.
Okay, we will work on chapter 13. जब हम वहां पे आएंगे तो जरूर आप सुनना, लेकिन बाकी चैप्टर क्या कर पा रहा है वो?
He is writing about chapter 13, and he, once Sudhanshu Shekhar, he has said that he has now backup of more than 50 definitions.
Okay, that's great, encouraging figure.
And Singh Rajiv Kumar, she is saying that I have been following the tips given by you and learned 60 definitions and 30 questions, feeling more confident.
Great.
But sometimes I am able to be consistent. How can I fix that? Probably she wants to say that sometimes she is not consistent.
Okay, that we will discuss.
And Bhumika is saying
that we will discuss.
Bhumika is saying she is following your guidance and has done chapter 3, okay, and also doing other chapters.
Right. Yes, students, जो मैंने आपको समझाया था उस लेक्चर के अंदर, और 3 लेक्चर्स में मैंने आपको बात बताई थी कि आप अभी राइट अवे स्टूडेंट्स, जिन्होंने अभी आज दिन तक भी नहीं करा, और वो फीडबैक भी अपना नहीं दे पा रहे होंगे ऑब्वियसली स्टूडेंट्स, टाइम टेस्टेड टेक्निक्स मैं आपको बता रहा हूं, आपकी तैयारी एग्जामिनेशन पॉइंट ऑफ, बिकॉज आवर कोर्स इज डन, राइट। अब आप प्रेपरेशन, एग्जामिनेशन ओरिएंटेड प्रेपरेशन स्टार्ट कर दीजिए, और टॉपिक्स, क्लैरिटी ऑन टॉपिक्स, आई थिंक वो आपको मोर देन इनफ आई शुड से, दैट हैज ऑलरेडी बीन गिवन टू यू बाय आवर 3 टीचर्स। आशीष सर तो भी आपके सामने ही है, और नैन्सी सिंगला और विपुल साबू सर, इन्होंने आपको पूरी टॉपिक्स की क्लैरिटी 100% दी है। और मेरे ख्याल से कोई भी टॉपिक ऐसा नहीं होगा जो आपको, जिसकी अंडरस्टैंडिंग, पहला स्टेप हमारा यही होता है स्टूडेंट्स कि हम पहले चीजों को समझ लें अच्छे तरीके से। तो फर्स्ट स्टेप यही है कि आप अच्छे तरीके से चीजों को समझ लें, जो कि आपने ये पहला स्टेप कंप्लीट कर लिया। नाउ द सेकंड स्टेप कम्स एग्जामिनेशन एंगल से। अगर हम खाली समझ के एग्जाम में तैयारी देने, एग्जाम देने चले जाएंगे, हम सोचे हमने तो, कुछ स्टूडेंट्स ये करते हैं कि हमने तो क्लासेस अटेंड कर ली थी, हम तो एग्जाम देने चले गए, या एक बार रीडिंग से, तो वहां कुछ नहीं होना। फिर ये ध्यान रखना, आप एग्जामिनेशन पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से वहां पे लिख नहीं पाओगे, आई एम श्योर एटलीस्ट। तो स्टूडेंट्स, ये बहुत बड़ा कैच, बहुत बड़ा गैप जो स्टूडेंट्स हमारे पास आते हैं, मैं नोटिस करता हूँ, ये सब कुछ करके क्लासेस भी अटेंड कर ली, रीड भी कर लिया, एग्जाम में नहीं लिखा जाता, एग्जामिनेशन ओरिएंटेशन नहीं बनता। तो उसके लिए स्टूडेंट्स हम डिस्कस करने वाले इन 3 लेक्चर्स में कि एग्जाम के लिए आप प्रेपरेशन कैसे करें। तो व्हाट आई सजेस्ट इज स्टूडेंट्स, आप डेली अपनी रूटीन में 4 आवर्स, 3 to 4 आवर्स, दिस इज मिनिमम आई सजेस्ट, आप ऑडिटिंग को जरूर दो। बिकॉज ये सब्जेक्ट ऐसा है जो डिफिकल्टी पोज करता है स्टूडेंट्स, हालांकि इतने डिफिकल्ट नहीं है लेकिन फिर भी डिफिकल्टी पोज करता है, ये मैं मानता हूं। तो आप इसे तैयारी, आप हर रोज कंसिस्टेंसी से 4 घंटा एक नियम बना के, रूल बना के, रूल बेस्ड आप 4 आवर्स तो पढ़ो ही पढ़ो। दिस इज माय सजेशन टू ऑल ऑफ यू टिल योर एग्जामिनेशन। आप 4 आवर्स का टारगेट करके चलो कि मुझे 4 आवर्स हर रोज ऑडिटिंग पढ़नी ही पढ़नी है। वो स्टार्ट कैसे करना है मैं आपको सारा कुछ बता रहा हूं। ऐसा नहीं कि 4 घंटे कह के मैं चला गया और अब कर लो आप, क्या आप सर ने ये तो बताया नहीं करना क्या है, मैं सारी बातें आपको डिस्क्लोज करने वाला हूं। स्टूडेंट्स, सबसे पहला काम, आप 5 डेफिनेशन अभी आज से शुरू कर दो, अगर जिसने अब तक नहीं किया आज से शुरू कर दो। 5 डेफिनेशंस, 5 टाइम्स रीडिंग फॉर 3 days। 5 डेफिनेशंस, 5 टाइम्स रीड करो आप फॉर 3 days कॉन्टिन्यूसली। फॉर एग्जाम्पल, मैं ये भी खाली बात कोई नहीं कहूंगा, फिर दोबारा से आपको समझाऊंगा। जैसे फॉर एग्जाम्पल एक डेफिनेशन का मैं एग्जाम्पल लेता हूं, ऑडिट डॉक्यूमेंटेशन। कोई सिंपल, आपने सबने समझा ऑडिट डॉक्यूमेंटेशन क्या होता है, लेकिन मैंने पहले भी लेक्चर में आपको बताया था।
Sir, my request to you is there are some students from southern India, so also
they are asking for English language. Okay,
yes.
Whatever I will convey, whatever I will speak, I will in Hindi, I will convey it in English also.
Okay.
Rest assured, I will take care of this thing.
And Bhumika is saying that biggest challenge for her is time management.
Time management, what I am saying is.
And Kiran Shukla is saying that she wants to do more, but there are other subjects also. Again, the same thing related with time management.
Time management, so students, it is simple calculation. At least there are, if you are appearing in one group, then 4 hours per subject is must. Single group, if you are appearing in single group, 4 hours. We will discuss as we go forward. We will discuss time management also, but later on. In lecture we will discuss. Now audit documentation, I was discussing कि definition भी आप करो तो कैसे करो, question here. This is the biggest question, how to do the definition. Definition को भी कैसे, my biggest suggestion to you is कि linkage formation करिए। जैसे audit documentation, I take one example. Audit documentation refers to record of, it is record of. तो अब स्टूडेंट्स आप यहां पे कीवर्ड क्या, रिकॉर्ड ऑफ ऑडिट प्रोसीजर्स परफॉर्म्ड। अब मैंने आज दिन तक इतना लर्न किया है, आगे आपका लिंक करके आप निकाल सकते हो कि आगे क्या आएगा। ऑडिट, इट इज रिकॉर्ड ऑफ ऑडिट प्रोसीजर्स परफॉर्म्ड, एंड बाय परफॉर्मिंग ऑडिट प्रोसीजर्स व्हाट आई विल गेट, by performing audit procedures what I will get relevant audit evidence. It is record of, audit documentation refers to record of audit procedures performed. Second, मैंने linkage से निकाला point, relevant audit evidence obtained. And when I will obtain audit evidence, what I will get, I will reach at the conclusions, and this is the third point, the conclusions the auditor reached. आप चेक कर लीजिए अपनी स्टडी मटेरियल में, डेफिनेशन यही लिखी हुई है, you can check it with your study material. Now complete definition is audit documentation refers to record of, अब record of, इसमें don't use any other word in place of record, because it is the most appropriate word which is used in the definition. It is the record of audit procedures performed. इतना ये learn करिए आप, record of audit procedure performed, and subsequent 2 points, form the linkage, use the linkage. Just fit in your mind the linkage, how the second points have arrived at. After record of audit procedures performed, by performing audit procedures, what I will get, what the auditor will get? Relevant audit evidence obtained, ये second point है. And the conclusions the auditor reached. After getting the relevant audit evidence, the auditor will arrive at the conclusions. So these 3 points are there in the definition of audit documentation. And believe me, audit documentation related question always appears in the examination. In each and every examination I am observing that question relating to audit documentation, in some examination also this has happened, that you need to write the definition of audit documentation, even correct and incorrect type of questions, or in MCQs or in descriptive question. In so many ways the question is being asked. Or students, आप ABC की तरह चीजों को आने दो. Definitions should come like ABC. Only then your ABC of auditing will get complete. Only then you will have a better base of the auditing, and more fluent you will be, more conversant you will feel with this subject if you have backup of definition part. So definition part is I give very much stress on definition part. And then simultaneously 5 definition on daily basis for 3 days content. अब करना क्या है, आपको ये लर्न करना है, जो कि मैंने आपको लिंकेज मेथड बताया, लिंकेज फॉर्म करके. Now I repeat the definition again. Audit documentation refers to record of audit procedures performed, relevant audit evidence obtained, and the conclusions the auditor reached. 3 points हो गए. यही definition आपको, अब मैं इसको 5 times repeat कर दिया, तो I think each and every student who is listening to me can recall the definition. I suppose. So students, if by listening to this definition and 5 times, just इसके बाद भी students, even after this, you should read it 5 times, this definition, and it will become, or for 3 days continuously, because examination is drawing near. So many 3 days, otherwise I advise for 5 days. तो आप 5 days करो तो भी अच्छा भी चलेगा, because 4 months are there still. तो आप 5 days तक बेशक करो, तो वो आपके दिमाग में सीमेंटेड होने वाली है डेफिनेशन. इट विल कम लाइक ABC. आप चलते फिरते कभी भी आप, once you learn it, it becomes permanent memory of yours. You can recall it any time, maybe 1 month after, you would be able to recall it. So students, linkage, you try your best in 90% cases. Auditing में linkage आराम से बन जाता है. Believe me, you can easily form these linkage pattern. और linkage pattern से क्या होगा कि आपको बहुत कम करके with least effort आपको maximum benefit, you will get the maximum benefit. With least effort you will get the maximum benefit. Similarly, मैंने आपको last lecture में भी बताया था कि definition of the audit evidence. Yes, are there any queries also? Sir, queries हैं क्या?
Yes. One query is from Syed Yasir Ahmad. He is saying that I am very slow at learning, and for chapter 1 I took 7 days.
No problem. If you are slow,
I am willing to attempt both groups. So I have till now been studying 1 day 2 subjects of group 1 and second day 2 subjects of group 2. Can you please guide? Syed is asking. He wants to appear for both groups now, but he is very slow at learning, and for 1 chapter he is taking 7 days. What would be your suggestion?
Yes, if for 1 chapter you are taking 7, slow learning is always the best learning. सही जो स्टूडेंट पूछ रहे हैं, स्लो लर्निंग से अच्छा, स्लो रीडिंग से अच्छा कुछ होता ही नहीं है स्टडी के अंदर.
He is from South India.
He is from South India. Okay. Says there is no match of slow learning, slow reading. It is the best reading, slow reading. And you have the best, you will have the best results of slow learning, slow reading, because whatever you do in a slow manner, it gets more established in your mind and it gets permanently cemented in your mind. You can recall it at any time. And if you do it fast, you will forget in say no time. In no time you will forget and you would not be able to recall also. So slow learning, slow reading is not a disadvantage. Please remember, it is an advantage, added advantage. So even I suggest to each and every student that you should have patience with your studies. You should do slow learning, slow reading, so that things get settled in your mind, established in your mind. और फिर इतना पक्के हो जाते हैं, इतने पक्के हो जाते हैं कि फिर उनको कोई हटा नहीं सकता आपके माइंड से. So students, to Saeed, I am giving this message that you are on the right track and you would be able to perform in a better manner in the examination and there is no harm in it. There is, इसके तो advantages ही advantages हैं slow के.
Sir, I would like to add one more thing.
You should add, sir. You must add, sir.
Syed, so far as slow learning is concerned, as sir has told you, if you are able to understand the thing by, say, if on average other students are taking 2-3 days and you are taking 7 days, but you are able to understand the chapter, then it's fine. But if by slow learning you are meaning that even after 7 days your understanding is poor, then you should think about it. Then it means that concepts are not clear. So slow learning should not translate into poor understanding. Okay, if you are learning slowly, but you are learning things fine, then it's okay. And as far as two groups are concerned, then you have to see time also, whether it is going to be too heavy papers of both the groups. So the time management issue would be there. Obviously, then you should have started earlier.
So ये जो one group or two groups, both groups.
Yeah, he wants to give both groups.
I will take sufficient time on this, और मैं 2 minute इस पे लगा ही लेता हूँ, brother.
Yes.
Students, those students who are appearing in one group, appearing in single group, I am okay with that. I am okay with that, and time is also sufficient with them. 4 months will be okay with them. But those students who are appearing in both groups, they must check, I am telling whether they have completed their complete course till now, and now revision will go on. This is very must, I am telling you. Or 7 months, 6-7 months pehle, before examination, you should be complete with your studies. You should have completed with your studies, and now only revision should be there. Only then you are eligible for both groups. You can check your eligibility. And students, most of the students are not eligible for both groups, but still they appear in both groups. Okay, I will give both groups. Both groups कोई शौक थोड़ा ना कोई. आपकी तैयारी तो है नहीं और मैं both group देने चला जाऊं, and then I will fail in both groups. So it will not result into anything. So please assess your studies, assess yourself whether you have prepared so hard, because both groups you should actually finish your syllabus 4-5 months prior to the examination, and 4 months at least you should keep on revising. Only then you will be.
Sir, one student, Govind Raju from South India, he
Yes.
is saying that he is facing difficulties to use technical words.
Technical words, that is what I am explaining. That is what I am. If you technical words, जैसे व्हाट आई एम सेइंग, ऑडिट डॉक्यूमेंटेशन इज रिकॉर्ड ऑफ, तो ये आप रिकॉर्ड की जगह अगर और कुछ लगाओगे तो वहां मार्क्स आपके कटने ही कटने हैं, तो यू विल नॉट बी स्पेयर्ड फॉर दिस। तो टेक्निकल उसका देयर इज ओनली वन थिंग दैट you read that part, read those technical words, read that technical definition for 5 times at least, and then repeat it for 5 days. Then the technical words, slowly and slowly you will start using the technical words also. तो ये एक हैबिट बनाने वाली बात है. दिस इज मोर लाइक मेकिंग योर हैबिट, राइट? सो स्टूडेंट्स, आप चैलेंज को एक्सेप्ट कीजिए, और कोई भी चीज मुश्किल नहीं है. नथिंग इज वेरी डिफिकल्ट कि आई कैन नॉट डू और ही कैन नॉट. यू कैन डू ईच एंड एवरीथिंग, बट यू शुड हैव द डिटर्मिनेशन फॉर दैट. Yes,
and sir, one question is from how you would like to answer it. Male Beg from Western region. He is from Western region. He is saying, sir, how the paper checking is done. While checking the paper, the examiner will check exactly point to point, or will he consider, and can we write the answer with little modification?
You can write. No, देखो students, what I am saying is paper checking, just forget about paper checking. Forget about paper checking. First thing first, I will prepare for the examination. पहली चीज तो आपकी preparation है ना. First thing is your preparation. And if I have prepared so well, तो एग्जाम में तो वो ऑटोमेटिकली मेरा अच्छा होएगा ना. एंड सो फॉर एज द चेकिंग इज कंसर्न, इट इज नॉट दैट वे कि वर्ड टू वर्ड examiner is checking. This is not that way. You can write it in your own words, but the most important thing is language should come nearly 50-60% language should be similar to that. And it is not so what you are writing is conveying incorrect meaning. Say what you are conveying, what you wanted to write, you are unable to write, and it is giving different meaning what is written in the study material. So that will not result into marks. That will not convert into marks. So students, फर्स्ट थिंग, अभी ये आज का क्वेश्चन नहीं, अभी पहले आप प्रिपेयर तो कराओ. प्रिपेयर करोगे तभी उसके बाद का क्वेश्चन है. आई विल एड्रेस दैट इशू आल्सो. अभी आप प्रिपरेशन शुरू तो करो. अभी टिल फ्रॉम टुडे, अभी हमारा लेक्चर आज 15th, फिर 17th, फिर 20th को. अभी आप आज से ही तैयारी शुरू तो करो.
सर, दर्शन फ्रॉम साउथ इंडिया, he is saying how to remember the disclosure requirements and additional regulatory information in chapter 9.
When we will come to chapter 9, we will tell that also. Students, अभी मैं वही उसी इशू को एड्रेस कर रहा हूँ. अभी मैंने आपको जैसे समझाया डेफिनेशन, अभी डेफिनेशन आप बात समझ गए पूरी. Did you understand the definition? How to do the definition part? I am asking Darshan.
Yes, still no feedback has come. And one student from South India, she is saying how to answer case-based, study-based questions. So Miss says we shall be doing case-based study questions, and you can just write now. You can understand how these are attempted. And Sushil Kumar is saying, what is the technique to study auditing like other subject? This sir has already explained. Sushil, you can rewind the video and see. And Himanshu is asking, with regard to provisions of Companies Act, is it necessary to remember provision as it is?
Okay, similar queries are coming. So first,
and one more query I am telling so that you can take all of them.
Okay.
If in exam, instead of writing answer in 2-3 paragraph, can we write answer with keywords in just 1 or 1.5 paragraph?
Okay, I will address all issues. Yes, जैसे कि students, I told you to make a backup of the definition part and audit documentation. I just advised you, just suggested you that form the linkage in your mind. जैसे मैंने audit documentation, like इसका एक और example मैं आपको दूंगा, बहुत ही अच्छा example है वो. Another good example is definition of audit evidence. Audit evidence is the information. जैसे audit documentation record है. Audit evidence is the information used by the auditor. Information, अब मैंने इतना learn किया, and now I will form the linkage. Audit evidence is the information used by the auditor. Information use करके, after using the information, what I will get? Yes, students, what is the students' feedback?
Right now, no mail has come, sir.
Audit evidence is the information used by the auditor, may be defined as the information used by the auditor. After getting the information, in arriving at the conclusions, I will arrive at the conclusions. Now linkage is there. So till now, what is the definition? Audit evidence is the information used by the auditor.
Yes, many students are writing conclusions.
Okay. In arriving at the conclusions, and on the basis of which, and after arriving at the conclusions, after getting conclusions, now I will, what the auditor will do? He will give his opinion. He will form his opinion, on the basis of which, on the basis of conclusions, he will arrive at the opinion. So यही audit evidence की complete definition है. Audit evidence may be defined as the information used by the auditor in arriving at the conclusions, on the basis of which auditor's opinion is given. So this is the definition of. Now what I did is, information used by the auditor and all other part of the definition, which is also 50-60% part of the definition, that is formed on the basis of linkage. So linkage आप बना के करो definition. Similarly, you can do the questions also. So मैंने एक example दिया, तो students आज से, from today itself, you will do 5 definitions on daily basis and till 5 days, or 5 times reading is the best strategy, students.
Sir, one student, Siva Ranjani from South, she is asking, can we refer glossary given in BOS portal for definition?
You can refer, but there are so many definitions which are given in the study material itself. Why don't you do from the study material? Glossary, maybe there may be some definitions which are not relevant for your course. Then what is the need of learning those definitions? So you should pick up open your study material, and so many definitions are there. Approximately 100 plus definitions are there. I will tell you how many definitions are there. Like audit evidence, audit documentation, audit risk, inherent risk, control risk, risk assessment. Risk of material misstatement. अब इसमें कितने word? Material, what is material? What is misstatement? Misstatement क्या होता है, students? Can anybody tell what is misstatement?
Yes, students, tell. Rajiv sir is asking what is meant by misstatement.
अब misstatement कितनी जगह पे पूरे
audit you have read it in chapter 3. Chapter 4. You have read it in chapter 4.
Chapter 5.
Risk assessment and internal control. What is the definition of misstatement? No, again, students, do not go by what is written in module. We do not want a copy paste answer. Just write what is your understanding. So as far as learning, you might
definition में student बहुत परेशान होते हैं, शीशी.
Okay.
The students are unable to learn, unable to gather what is there. But I give it. आप थोड़ा चीजों को simple बनाइए. Misstatement क्या है, students? Misstatement is, what is misstatement? It is difference between what is required and what is reported. तो आप ये मेरे वर्ड मार्क कर लीजिए, डिफरेंस बिटवीन व्हाट इज रिक्वायर्ड एंड व्हाट इज रिपोर्टेड। क्या रिक्वायर्ड था और क्या रिपोर्ट किया, उसमें जो डिफरेंस है वो मिस स्टेटमेंट है। इट इज एज सिंपल एज दिस थिंग।
और उसके बाद देन all the 3-4 things come, that
Whether it is in
what was
respect
required
of
to be
account
reported.
balance, it is in respect of any transaction,
Yes.
it is in respect of any disclosure. So वो चीजें जो आप बोल रहे हो शीश जी, तो 4 चीजें आप बता दो स्टूडेंट्स को, क्या है वो बीच में आएंगी।
Okay, that will be coming later on.
हाँ, आप बताओ 4 चीजें जो हैं अभी आप
when the chapter comes.
हाँ, तो डिफरेंस बिटवीन, आप यही याद रखिए, मिस स्टेटमेंट में वो 4 चीजें बीच में लग जाएंगी अपने आप।
Yes.
डिफरेंस बिटवीन रिक्वायर्ड एंड रिपोर्टेड। अब मैं स्टूडेंट से पूछता हूँ, स्टूडेंट्स कम टू अस, आई आस्क देम व्हाट इज मिस स्टेटमेंट, एनीथिंग। सो आपके पास बैकअप कुछ तो हो, तो बैकअप डेफिनेशंस का बनाओ। फिर ये मैंने 3 आपको एग्जांपल दिए, ऑडिट डॉक्यूमेंटेशन बताया, ऑडिट एविडेंस बताया और मिस स्टेटमेंट बताया, एंड यू कैन कैरी दिस फॉरवर्ड स्टूडेंट्स। आप, ये मेरा पहला टिप है आपको कि आप डेफिनेशंस का बैकअप बनाओ। और दो स्टूडेंट्स हु डिड नॉट अटेंड माय अर्लियर लेक्चर, तो दे कैन एंड डिड नॉट स्टार्ट इम्प्लीमेंट ऑन दैट, so they can start implement now onwards, right? Abhi till 20th our lectures will be there, and students 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, you can have backup of 30 definitions in 6 days. अब देखिए क्या होगा, 30 definitions आज आपके पास 0 बैकअप है, और after 6 days you are going to have 30 definitions backup. And those students who are already having 50 definitions backup, they can have 80 definition backup. तो आप स्टार्ट करिए। My suggestion to all of you is just start. आप ये मत सोचो कि टाइम कितना रह गया, ये हो जाएगा वो हो जाएगा। अपने माइंड में आप कुछ घुमाओ मत, बातें मत घुमाओ, आप उस पर काम करना शुरू करो। द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग जिसको मैं सबसे ज्यादा वेट देता हूँ, दैट इज कि आप उस पर काम करना तो शुरू तो करो ना। और हम यही सोचते रह जाएंगे तो फिर काम तो फिर टाइम तो निकल ही जाएगा हाथ से। तो लेट अस स्टार्ट वर्किंग इन दैट डायरेक्शन। Yes, sir. You want to add something?
Students, I have been telling you about this our general habit of human nature of delaying the things.
Delaying the things. So यही break करना चाह रहा हूँ.
Yeah, it is not this problem plagues you students, but this problem plagues every human being. So the term for this is procrastination. The habit of delaying the things, procrastination. So I will give you a saying in respect of procrastination, so try to understand it. Procrastination is my sin. Okay, I know procrastination is my sin. I want to stop it, but I will do it tomorrow. Now you understood? Now you understand the meaning of this. I know I am saying that procrastination is my sin. I have to stop it, but I say I will do it tomorrow. Usko bhi I will do it tomorrow. Many human beings are by nature, they have such a nature to delay the things on one pretext or another. Today there is my headache, today my mood is not proper, today I have to go to my aunt's house, today my sister is coming, okay, today I have to buy some groceries from the store, today evening my friends are coming for get together, so my mind is fixed there. So these issues are not specific to you, but these are applicable to everybody. So what we need is basically mind training. We have to understand that we have to train our minds towards a particular objective, towards achievement of a particular objective. Okay, is that clear? And Male, I would straight away answer you are asking that if question asked in the exam is write a short note on audit evidence. So you are being asked in the exam very specific questions, and where either you have to cull out some information or apply some information. Okay, so if for example, if I assume that this question comes, then you have to write what does audit evidence mean, its definition, and what are its constituents, say how of which type it can be, just in 2-3 lines. Okay, and Miss S, you are saying if I start study from this month, can I pass at least one group? Yes, 4 months is sufficient time for one group, but not for both groups. As far as we know, if some students are very intelligent, then it's a different matter. But as far as our standards of intelligence go, we feel that for preparation of single group, at least 4 months are sufficient. These are not luxury. Okay.
तो स्टूडेंट्स,
yes, sir. Do you want to add something or should we start some case studies?
नहीं, मैं इसमें थोड़ा सा एलेबोरेट और कर देता हूँ। सर आपने बहुत अच्छा समझाया, सर ने बहुत अच्छा आपको। स्टूडेंट्स आप इसको इम्प्लीमेंट, मैं फिर वही बात पर आ रहा हूँ वापस वहीं पर। सर ने कहा प्रोक्रेस्टिनेशन, आप डिले टैक्टिक, आपका डिले के लिए सर ने बहुत सारे बहाने बताए। ग्रोसरी आप लेने जा रहे हैं, आज मुझे वहां जाना है, आज मेरा फ्रेंड आ रहा है, आज बर्थडे पार्टी में जाना है, आज शादी में। सर ने काफी बातें बताई। तो स्टूडेंट्स कहने का मतलब क्या है कि मैं उसको कल पे टाल रहा हूँ, आई एम पुटिंग ऑफ टिल टुमारो, और कल कभी आएगा नहीं। तो आज से मैं शुरू तो करूं। अब मैंने तरीके भी बता रहे हैं आपको, सर भी बता रहे हैं, मैं भी बता रहा हूं। आप उसको शुरू डेफिनेशंस 5 करके तो देखो ना, उसका रिजल्ट तो देखो, 5 दिन तक करके देखो, आपके माइंड में फिक्स हो जाएगी, ऑटोमेटिकली निकलनी शुरू हो जाएगी। कोई पूछेगा ऑडिट डॉक्यूमेंटेशन, आप बोलना शुरू हो जाओगे, भूलेगा ही नहीं, चाहने पे भी नहीं भूलोगे वो डेफिनेशन आप। तो धीरे धीरे आपकी लैंग्वेज को, एक स्टूडेंट अभी लैंग्वेज की बात कर रहा था, जब आपके पास 80 डेफिनेशन का बेस होगा, 80 डेफिनेशन का बैकअप होगा ना, लैंग्वेज ऑटोमेटिकली ठीक आ जाएगी। प्लीज रिमेंबर, प्लीज नोट दिस पॉइंट, लैंग्वेज ऑटोमेटिकली कमांडेड आनी शुरू हो जाती है, आपको कुछ करना ही नहीं है उसके लिए। लैंग्वेज ऑटोमेटिकली ऑडिटिंग की ही आनी शुरू हो जाएगी। जो आप वो लिखोगे ना एग्जाम के अंदर, जो अभी एक स्टूडेंट पूछ रहा था एग्जाम में लिखने के लिए, तो एग्जाम में ऑटोमेटिकली ही ठीक लिखने शुरू हो जाओगे। आप ये टिप्स फॉलो करना शुरू तो करो, ऐसे बातें करने से तो नहीं आएगा, ये तो मैं मानता हूं। मैं तो आपको प्रैक्टिकली तरीके बता रहा हूँ कि ऐसे शुरू कर दो, और फिर लैंग्वेज, फिर वो जो सारे क्वेश्चन आप लोग पूछ रहे हो उनके ऑटोमेटिक आंसर आपके सामने आने शुरू हो जाएंगे। दिस इज व्हाट आई एम सेइंग। तो इसलिए स्टूडेंट्स, इन जो मैं तरीके आपको बता रहा हूं, इस पे काम करने की जरूरत है। यू नीड टू वर्क ऑन दैट। और अभी 6 डेज का हमारा ये चलेगा। अभी मैं 3 लेक्चर लूंगा, 3 लेक्चर हम आशीष जी और मैं लेंगे। तो 15th को आज लेक्चर है आपका, फिर 17th को है, और फिर 20th को है। तो स्टूडेंट्स 6 डेज टोटल स्प्रेड है ये। तो 6 डेज में हम डेफिनेशंस, आप 30 डेफिनेशंस का टारगेट रखो। अभी 3 डेफिनेशन तो मैंने आपको करा दी, आज आप 2 डेफिनेशन और कर लो। मैंने ऑडिट डॉक्यूमेंटेशन आपको अभी लर्न करा दिया। उस मेरे ख्याल जितने भी स्टूडेंट्स सुन रहे हैं सभी अभी ऑडिट डॉक्यूमेंटेशन और ऑडिट एविडेंस तो सुना ही सकते हैं अभी। और मिस स्टेटमेंट भी मैंने कहा, इट इज डिफरेंस बिटवीन रिक्वायर्ड एंड रिपोर्टेड, इट इज एज सिंपल एज दिस थिंग। उसमें 4 बातें लिखी होंगी, इट इज इन रिस्पेक्ट ऑफ अकाउंट बैलेंस, इट इज इन रिस्पेक्ट ऑफ ट्रांजेक्शन, इट इज इन रिस्पेक्ट ऑफ डिस्क्लोजर, वो सारी बातें लिखी होंगी इसमें। वो आपको मतलब किन किन बातों से मिस स्टेटमेंट हो सकती है, वो बीच में आते हैं।
It is of 4 things: amount, classification, presentation, and disclosure. I had told you when we were doing chapter 4, I had asked probably to prepare an acronym like ACPD. So you will never forget, prepare an acronym ACPD. Misstatement comes ACPD. And you will in the exam while writing, you will not fall short of words, because you remember that 4 keywords were there: amount, classification, presentation, and disclosure.
और स्टूडेंट्स अभी 3 डेफिनेशंस तो हमने यहीं पे डिस्कस कर लिए। आप लेक्चर सुन, whosoever is listening to lecture, तो 3 डेफिनेशन तो उसका बैकअप बन नहीं गया ना अभी 45 मिनट्स में 3 डेफिनेशन का बैकअप बन गया, जो कि आप 1 महीने में भी नहीं कर पाए, जो स्टूडेंट्स ने शुरू नहीं किया। एंड 45 मिनट्स में कुछ प्रोग्रेस तो हुई आपकी। तो स्टूडेंट 7 कर लो आप बेशक, और 2 डेफिनेशन मैं आपको होमवर्क दे रहा हूं जो कि आज आपको करने ही करने हैं। ऑडिट रिस्क कर लो घर पे, और इनहेरेंट रिस्क कर लो, या रिस्क ऑफ मटेरियल मिस स्टेटमेंट कर लेना। रिस्क ऑफ मटेरियल मिस स्टेटमेंट बहुत आसान डेफिनेशन है उसकी। रिस्क ऑफ मटेरियल मिस स्टेटमेंट इज द रिस्क दैट द फाइनेंशियल स्टेटमेंट्स आर मटेरियली मिसस्टेटेड प्रायर टू ऑडिट। उसमें इंपॉर्टेंट वर्ड सिर्फ यही है जो मैं लास्ट में लगा रहा हूं, प्रायर टू ऑडिट ये होता है। रिस्क ऑफ मटेरियल मिस स्टेटमेंट इज द रिस्क, रिस्क तो वो तो उसके नाम में ही नजर आ रहा है, रिस्क ऑफ मटेरियल स्टेटमेंट इज द रिस्क दैट द फाइनेंशियल स्टेटमेंट्स आर मटेरियली मिसस्टेटेड प्रायर टू ऑडिट। बस प्रायर टू ऑडिट इसमें बड़ा इंपॉर्टेंट है, वही स्टूडेंट वहां पे भूल जाते हैं, वही नहीं लगाते। तो ये आपकी 4 डेफिनेशन अभी मैंने करा दी, आपके जिम्मे एक छोड़ दी मैंने कि आप ऑडिट रिस्क घर जा अपने लेक्चर के बाद कर लेना। तो 5 डेफिनेशन का आज बैकअप आपका कंप्लीट हो गया। नाउ वी विल मूव टू क्वेश्चंस, और बीच में हम एक केस लेंगे, केस स्टडी एक्सप्लेन करेंगे कि हाउ आप एग्जाम में केस को कैसे हैंडल करें, एंड देन वी विल कम ऑन डिस्क्रिप्टिव पार्ट ऑफ क्वेश्चंस।
The one Miss S, she is saying that how many hours we should study. Yes, you can study for 8-10 hours. That is sufficient.
8 to 10 hours, और ऑडिटिंग में आपको सजेस्ट करूंगा 3 to 4 hours मिनिमम होना चाहिए।
Yes. And Syed, you are saying that because of your BCom exams, you cannot study for 6 days. So it is, as far as we think, Syed, then it is not advisable to appear for both the groups. You should appear for a single group. Whatever you are preparing, 1 or 2. Okay. So guys, we shall be.
ये नहीं स्टूडेंट्स, एक और मैं आपको मैसेज दे रहा हूँ कि ये नहीं कि आपके दिमाग जो क्वेरीज है आप अभी पूछ रहे हैं और आफ्टर द लेक्चर इज ओवर या आफ्टर 6 days यू आर अनेबल टू आस्क अस, ऐसा नहीं है। मैं अपने मोबाइल नंबर मैंने दोनों आपको शेयर किए हुए, पहले आज फिर शेयर कर दूंगा, 2 बार शेयर कर दूंगा। आप कभी भी मुझे कॉल कर सकते हैं, any time, any day you can call.
Sir's mobile number is, students, you can write. Can I give, sir?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Your Delhi number 971803619.
Yes.
971803619. This is Rajiv sir's phone number. Again, I am repeating it. 971803619.
ये स्टूडेंट्स आप इस मोबाइल पे मुझे कभी भी कॉल कर सकते हैं, और मैं अगर उस समय फोन नहीं उठाऊंगा तो मैं बाद में आपको कॉल बैक जरूर करता हूं। वैसे उसी समय फोन आपका आंसर करूंगा कि मैं आपको थोड़ी देर में कॉल कर लूंगा या उसी समय आपके आंसर कर दूंगा। और आप वेट मत करो, जो ही दिमाग में क्वेश्चन आता है आप मुझे कॉल करो। ये नहीं, आप उसके लिए बोर्ड ऑफ स्टडी स्टूडेंट्स 24/7 स्टूडेंट्स की हेल्प करने के लिए तैयार है। आपकी तरफ से डिले हो सकता है, हमारी तरफ से नहीं होगा। और मेरा दूसरा नंबर भी मैं शेयर कर देता हूं आपको, ये बाई चांस जो शीश जी ने बताया ये नहीं मिलेगा तो आप दूसरा नंबर मेरा ट्राई कर सकते हैं, 9467899298 9467899298। आप इस नंबर पे मुझे दो नंबर मैंने शेयर किए, सर ने एक शेयर किया, एक मैंने शेयर किया, आप किसी पे भी कॉल करके मुझसे अपनी क्वेरी पूछ सकते हैं। ये नहीं कि आपको सेशन का इंतजार करना है कि सर आएंगे, और यू कैन आस्क मी एनी टाइम। और अभी कुछ स्टूडेंट्स ने मेरे से पूछे भी हैं सवाल, उसके बाद जब मैं लास्ट लेक्चर में आया था क्वेश्चंस पूछे हैं स्टूडेंट्स ने, दे आर वेरी मच सेटिस्फाइड अबाउट इट कि हाँ सर हमें आंसर मिल रहे हैं। तो मैं सारे आप अपने फ्रेंड्स को भी बताओ और उसको स्प्रेड करो कि बोर्ड ऑफ स्टडी से आप क्वेश्चन पूछ सकते हो, आप मेरे मोबाइल नंबर दे सकते हो, देयर इज नो इशू ऑन इट।
And students, one more thing I would like to add.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That I had requested you to spread a message in your circle, in your student community, to join the session in large numbers. But I think the response is average, so it should be more than that. I think 25-30 of you are have logged in. So there should be at least 50-100 students. So, and you should spread the message. It is for your benefit. And I am again repeating the number of Rajiv sir. One number is 971803619. 971803619. Second number is 9466789298. 9466789298. Okay. Yes, students, any other doubts? Yes, students, any other doubts? So now we shall be starting a case study. No, Kiran, only auditing. Only auditing. This general preparation mode you can ask, but subject specific question only relating to auditing. Subject specific question only relating to auditing. Yes, sir. Should we start some case study?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So students, before we start case study, let me ask you a question. The case study which we are going to do is about audit planning. It is about chapter 2, audit planning, audit strategy, and audit program. Okay. So the case study is relates to chapter 2. So before we start, I would like to ask you students. So this is a kind of warm up exercise. So we are going to study a case study based upon chapter 2. So let us warm up something regarding chapter 2. So because you have been reading many other chapters, so let us quickly warm up regarding chapter 2. So students, first tell me a simple basic question. In chapter 2, what is the benefit of audit planning? Tell me. In your own words, what is the benefit of audit planning? Number one, how does it help an auditor, and which essay, which standard on auditing deals with this aspect? Which standard on auditing deals with this aspect? Yes. Yes, students, waiting for your mails. The case study which we are going to discuss is related to chapter 2, audit strategy, audit plan, and audit program. So I want to ask you that what is the benefit of audit planning? Tell me, what is the benefit of audit planning, and what is the relevant essay in this regard? And what is the relevant essay in this regard? Yes, students, only 2 mails have come, Dikshita and Sivaranjani. So students, you want to learn about how to attempt case studies, but you are not responding. Then how we shall proceed? Sonali, you are writing only benefits. What benefits? You write a line. Try to write a line. The Diksha has written something. Bhumika, yes, she has also written something. Guduri, she is also written something. And Sudhanshu, yes. So Many of you are giving correct essay number, essay 300. And Sivaranjani, you are saying essay 240. No, it is not about audit planning. Essay 240 is relates to frauds. So essay 300 states that planning an audit helps an auditor to conduct audit in an effective manner. Okay, so this basic line you have to keep in your mind, guys. यहाँ पे दिमाग में स्टोर होनी चाहिए. Okay, and in audit planning, we had studied about audit strategy, audit plan, and audit program. Now tell me, what does audit strategy include, or what does it intend to achieve? What does it set? Tell me, what does audit strategy set? In respect of a audit, what does audit strategy set and what does audit plan set, so that we can know about the difference between two. Audit strategy में what is included, just write in your own words, and what is included in audit plan, so that you can understand whatever has been written in your module, what information is the key information, how you have to extract key information from so many pages, because that information is in the nature of crucial one, that is in the nature of important one, because all the other points are being derived from it. So yes, Sudhanshu, you are right, and Dikshita, you are also right. Audit strategy sets scope, timing, and direction of audit. Okay, so what is scope, timing, and direction? So what is there between in the engagement letter, in what time audit has to be completed? Okay, whether the company has got some branches or whether there are some other components. So directions of audit, how audit would be conducted, whether what kind of personnel would be deployed to conduct the audit. So these things form part of audit strategy. So audit strategy sets the scope, timing, and direction. So these are the three keywords: scope, timing, and direction. This I have already told you that you have to remember. There is no other alternative. Rest of the things are for your understanding. So when an application based question comes, when a case study comes, you know what I mean by scope, what I mean by timing, what I mean by direction. These should not be a merely rote learning process, but you should be able to apply that also. And but you have not to forget these keywords. So prepare acronym like we had discussed: STD, scope, timing, and direction, STD. And what is included in audit plan? What does audit plan set? Yes, what does audit plan set? And remember, these are two different terms. Audit strategy is different, audit plan is different. Although these are interrelated, but these are two distinct terms. So what is the purpose of audit plan? Now, yes, students, what is the purpose of audit plan? Yes, students. So purpose of audit plan is to determine nature, timing, and extent of audit procedures. So what are the audit procedures? There were two kinds of audit procedures: risk assessment procedures and further audit procedures. So audit plan sets, it determines nature, timing, and extent of planned risk assessment procedures and planned further audit procedures. कितना कौन कौन से प्रोसीजर परफॉर्म करने हैं, हाउ मच दीज आर टू बी परफॉर्म्ड एंड व्हेन टू बी परफॉर्म्ड. सो सिंपल. सो स्टूडेंट्स, आपको कभी भी यू हैव नॉट टू गेट लॉस्ट ऑफ द चेन. सो हियर द ऑडिटर इज in the planning stage and he has to plan about nature, timing and extent of risk assessment procedures and further procedures. So these things are crux, basic things. And audit program, you know that audit program is the detailed set of instructions given to the team, given to the assistant, to the what precisely they have to do in different areas while conducting audit. So when you would be undergoing practical training, you would be going for audit, and you would be handed over an audit program, what steps you have to check, what things you have to verify in accordance with the audit program. Okay, so I have tried to give a short summary of this audit planning chapter. So Rajiv sir, is it okay? Should we start the case study or you would like to add something?
सर आप ने बहुत अच्छा समझाया. इसमें सर एक चीज और स्टूडेंट्स को आप बता दो जो कि एसए में कोर एसए के अंदर लिखी हुई है. प्रिलिमिनरी एंगेजमेंट एक्टिविटीज पे अगर सर थोड़ी लाइट डाल देंगे तो मेरे ख्याल स्टूडेंट्स के लिए काफी बेनिफिशियल रहेगा, और उसका रेलेवेंस भी सर एक बार बता दीजिएगा, क्योंकि बीच में टर्म यूज तो हुई है चैप्टर के अंदर लेकिन बहुत ज्यादा एलेबोरेट नहीं किया गया उसे.
Yes.
प्रिलिमिनरी एंगेजमेंट एक्टिविटीज.
So students, you can sir is asking me to explain to you a point. So students, you have to understand that so far as audit planning is concerned, it consists of two things. One is preliminary engagement activities, and another is planning activities, actual planning activities. And planning activities are again divided into two. One is audit strategy and one is audit plan. Okay, so this we have already explained. So what are preliminary engagement activities? Preliminary engagement activities are, say a client comes to you and he wants to engage you for some audit. So how you would deal with the situation? So obviously you would want to be sure that that the proposed client is not a fraudulent person, he is not an unscrupulous person, his integrity is not doubtful. So you would also want to see that in respect of proposed engagement, you would be able to comply with all the ethical requirements, that you would remain independent, that there would be no breaches to your independence, or if some breaches are identified by you, then you have got the safeguards in place to reduce them. So these kind of activities, and you would also consider whether you have got the capacity, you have got the wherewithal to handle the assignment. Say for example, students, let us assume that a company comes to you and they offer you to accept the audit of their company, which is engaged in fintech sector. Okay, so fintech sector means the sector, banking sector, which is making use of technology to deliver products. Okay, but you do not have your firm doesn't have any skilled persons to do justice to the job. So should you accept that assignment? That you have to consider. Would you be able to do justice with the job despite some enticing fees? Would you be able to do justice to the job? So these kind of things are part of preliminary engagement activities. Yes, sir. Is it? Yes, students. Is it clear to you? And sir, do you want to add something more?
No, sir. बहुत अच्छा समझाया आपने प्रिलिमिनरी एंगेजमेंट एक्टिविटी. स्टूडेंट्स, मैं आपको बता दूं कि सर ने जो समझाया है आप अच्छी तरह से इसे माइंड में सेटल कर लें, बिकॉज ये चार्ट जो बनाया आप कहीं नोट डाउन कर ले तो और अच्छा रहेगा, और इसको कम से कम 3 दिन तक रोज रिवाइज करें ताकि आपके माइंड में फिट हो जाए और परमानेंटली फिट हो जाए. ऑडिट प्लानिंग के 2 पार्ट्स जैसे सर ने बताए, प्रिलिमिनरी एंगेजमेंट एक्टिविटीज, और सर ने समझाया कि इसमें क्या आएगा कि क्लाइंट कम्स टू यू एंड, और आप अभी आप केस जो हम केस करने वाले हैं उसमें ये सारी चीजों का रेलेवेंस आएगा, आपको अच्छा लगेगा स्टूडेंट्स. तो अब हम केस स्टडी स्टार्ट कर सकते हैं सर. थैंक यू सर, आपने अच्छा समझाया स्टूडेंट्स को.
Okay, welcome sir, welcome. So students, let us start the case study. So is the screen visible to you guys? So first of all, students, I would request you to read the case study. I would scroll slowly, and then we will come to the questions.
आप स्टूडेंट्स, एक और मैं मैसेज आपको देना चाहूंगा कि अभी आप पेशेंस लूज ना करें अपनी, और लेक्चर में आप अब यहाँ पे आपका एक और जो स्टेप 1 तो मैंने आपको बताया, आप डेफिनेशन हर रोज 5 करेंगे. आपको कैसे हैंडल करना है वो ये तरीका अब हम समझाने जा रहे हैं आपको. ये मत समझना कि ये केस डिस्कस हो, नो, ये एक बेंचमार्क बनने वाला है आपके सामने कि ऐसे आपको पढ़ना है. ये आपको एक्सरसाइज हर रोज करनी है, बिकॉज 60+ के आसपास केस सिनेरियो मैंने दे रखे हैं उसमें, केस स्टडी के सिनेरियो बुकलेट के अंदर. आप आराम से बैठ के हर रोज एक करो और उससे आपका माइंड ओपन अप हो जाएगा ऑडिटिंग के लिए, राइट. और अब आप इसको ये करने का तरीका भी आपको भी लाइव हम दिखा रहे हैं कि ऐसे आप करो, स्टडी करो ऐसे, और पेशेंस रखो स्टडीज के साथ, स्लो करो, आराम से करो, डोंट बी इन हरी ऑफ डूइंग थिंग्स. वो फिर आपके माइंड में सेटल नहीं होने वाली, मैं बता रहा हूं आपको. तो करने का तरीका भी आपने अभी समझना है. यस सर.
Yes, students, you have read this, so I am scrolling it little bit more.
हाँ, मैं रीड कर देता हूँ सर, आपके लिए रीड कर देता हूँ, स्टूडेंट्स भी सुन लेंगे. तो थोड़ा सा और ऊपर कर दोगे, मैं एक बार से रीड कर देता हूँ बिकॉज काफी अच्छा है. पहला, कौर एंड एसोसिएट्स, सोल प्रोप्राइटर फर्म ऑफ सिमरन कौर, is offered appointment as auditor of a company which is engaged in manufacturing of automobile components for the first time. She is fact checking about the integrity of promoters of the company. She is fact checking about the integrity of promoters of the company and its key managerial persons. Matters such as competence of staff to perform the engagement are also considered by her. The appointment is subsequently accepted by her. ये पहला पैराग्राफ इसमें बातें. She is fact checking, ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट लाइन है, about the integrity of promoters. Yes sir. थोड़ा आगे कर सकते हैं तरफ. She is also, second पैरा में स्टूडेंट्स क्या लिखा है, she is also taking into account number and location of branches of the company. ये भी वो देख रही. She is also taking into account, ये भी ध्यान में रख रही है वो। रिक्वायरमेंट्स ऑफ requirements of schedule 3 of the companies act and expected time by which audit has to be completed, keeping in view of statutory requirements। ये सारी चीजें वही हैं जो भी सर आपको पहले एक्सप्लेन कर रहे थे, वही इसमें लिख दी गई। Initially she has thought it proper to inquire key employees of the company in procurement and marketing departments and planned for the same. She has also planned to visit 3 plants of the company. The purpose of planned inquiry and visit is to identify and assess the risk of material misstatements. Third paragraph, 3 paragraph में students ये केस आपका चल रहा है। और थर्ड पैराग्राफ क्या है स्टूडेंट्स कि a detailed set of instructions has been prepared by her office and it has been handed over to the assistants in the engagement team. These set of instructions include details of extent of checking and nature of audit procedures to be performed regarding purchases, sales, and items of income, items of expenditure, etc. During the course of execution of above set of instructions, it has been brought to her notice that company is also producing substantial quantities of scrap generated during manufacturing process. However, no instruction has been given to engagement team in this regard. So ये केस बहुत अच्छा केस है स्टूडेंट्स, और मैं आपको सबकी इंफॉर्मेशन के लिए बता देता हूँ कि ये केस आशीष सर ने ही बनाया, जो कि बहुत अच्छी केस है। चैप्टर 2 में जो आपकी जो कंसेप्चुअल, ये केस आपको कंसेप्चुअल क्लैरिटी और ज्यादा देगा। जो हमने अभी प्लानिंग का चैप्टर है, अगर आप उसमें एक ये केस बेंचमार्क रहेगा आपका, बहुत अच्छा केस है ये। इसमें आपको प्रिलिमिनरी एंगेजमेंट एक्टिविटीज क्या है, आपका ऑडिट स्ट्रेटजी जो सर ने अभी पहले कंसेप्ट्स बताए थे वो सारे रिवीजन होंगे इसमें। एंड दिस इज वेरी गुड केस, आप इसको अच्छी तरह से कर लेना, बाद में भी एक बार रिपीट कर लेना। यस।
So students, you have understood the case, or you want to, or you want to see it once more. So I am slowly scrolling it, so you can see it once more so that we can come to the questions. Okay. So I think you guys drop your mails. Don't be so stingy, conjuice type in sending your mails. drop your mails liberally. Yes. So you have understood the case. Yes. Now we come to the questions. Now question number 1. So auditor is fact checking about promoters and key managerial persons. She is also considering competence of staff to handle the engagement. What is she trying to do? Yes. 4 options are there. Yes. What is she trying to do? Yes, guys. Now I will not give the answers. You first send the answers, then we will discuss where you are lacking. I am not going to tell you the answers. First you send your mails. Yes. Question number 1. Yes, Sonali, Bhumika, what you are doing, guys? Send your mails. Yes. Only 2 mails have come right now from Bhumika and Diksha Agarwal. What about other guys? So I hope that you have not slept, क्योंकि ऑडिटिंग में मोस्टली ऐसा होता है, स्टूडेंट्स ओपन देयर बुक्स and after 15-20 minutes they say that they are feeling drowsy, they are feeling sleepy. These are practical problems. Okay. And yes, now Ishika, Sonali, Varsha, Darshan, Sudhanshu, Kiran Shukla, all 10 mails have come. and all of you except one have given the correct answer. You are stating that the auditor is conducting preliminary engagement activities. Now this was the answer, that she is fact checking. वो ये देख रही है कि whether she should accept the engagement. जो the persons behind in the management, or the persons who are promoter of the company, whether they are persons of integrity, and she is also checking whether she can handle the assignment, whether she has got competent persons keeping in view the nature of the business of the company. And Komal Prajapati and Sudhanshu Shekhar, how you are writing option C? You are writing C. So haven't you understood that planning activities have still not started? This process is prior to planning activities, preliminary engagement activities. Plan, what was included in plan? What we had learned? What was included in plan? Planning for risk assessment procedures and further procedures. But here प्रोसीजर्स की तो बात ही नहीं हो रही है. ये तो अभी उसके कोई स्टूडेंट्स आपको ऐसे अंडरस्टैंड करना है that somebody has come to you for some work. So forget about auditing. If somebody comes to you for some work, so whether you would see, first of all, you would see whether you would like to undertake that work, whether you have the capacity to undertake that work or not, whether you can handle that work. So this is all part of preliminary engagement activities. Clear? Yes, students, clear? And Siddhi, how you are writing option A? How audit strategy? How it is audit strategy? Yes, Darshan, preliminary engagement activities include compliance with all ethical requirements. It includes compliance with all ethical requirements. Per se, communication may not be part of that, but compliance with all ethical requirements. So what are the ethical requirements? Ethical requirements. So we have to go by the principles. Okay, independence. So independence is the foremost ethical requirement, foundation of all ethical requirements. Okay. And now we come to question number 2. Now consideration. Yes, yes, sir.
हाँ जी सर. मेरा सबमिशन सर ये है, जैसे अभी 2 स्टूडेंट्स अभी गलत कर गए, तो प्रिलिमिनरी एंगेजमेंट एक्टिविटीज में 3 बातें इंक्लूड होती हैं, 3 बातें जो ऐसे के अंदर लिखी हुई हैं, नो डाउट ऑन दिस. तो मैं ये रिक्वेस्ट करूंगा सर कि वो 3 बातें अगर स्टूडेंट एक बार समझ जाएगा अच्छी तरीके से, तो फिर वो क्वेश्चन इससे रिलेटेड कभी गलत नहीं करेगा. अभी उनको दिमाग में मैं जो समझ पा रहा हूं, उनको अभी स्टिल डाउट है.
ये स्टूडेंट्स
मैं क्योंकि बिकॉज ये इतना मतलब डिस्टिंक्शन करने में स्टूडेंट कंफ्यूज हो जाता है. तो सर इस पे थोड़ा सा आप टाइम और लगा देंगे तो मेरे हिसाब से स्टूडेंट्स फिर कभी गलती नहीं करेंगे इसमें. तो इसमें पहला मैं आप तीनों पॉइंट्स को एलेबोरेट कर देना, मैं ऐसे में से पढ़ देता हूं, आप उसको एलेबोरेट कर देना अच्छे तरीके से. पहला पॉइंट स्टूडेंट्स आप नोट भी कर लो. अगर आप, मैं आपको क्या कहता हूं, पहले भी मैंने आपको जब मैं लास्ट में आया था कि आप यू बी रेडी विद योर नोटबुक एंड पेन. जो थोड़ी बातें टीचर समझा रहे हैं वो लिखनी जरूरी होती है, प्लीज रिमेम्बर दिस. आप उसको पेन डाउन करो और फिर बाद में उसको रिवाइज भी करो. अब यहाँ पे प्रिलिमिनरी एंगेजमेंट एक्टिविटीज के बारे में ये थोड़ा सा ऐसे से लिया है हमने, क्योंकि बिकॉज स्टडी मॉड्यूल में एक्सप्लेन नहीं है, तो आपको यहाँ से समझना है. बिकॉज इस पे क्योंकि बिकॉज
he should accept the engagement or not, whether a person is not fraudulent or he is not unscrupulous person, their integrity is not in doubt.
देखो सर ने कितनी बातें बोल दी कि इंटेग्रिटी बोल दी कि क्या जो आपके पास आया है ऑडिट कराने के लिए, जिसकी आप एंगेजमेंट एक्सेप्ट करना चाह रहे हो, क्या वो कोई फ्रॉडुलेंट बंदा तो नहीं है? तो उसको तो मैं पहले ही हाथ जोड़ के नमस्ते कर दूंगा। मतलब आप उसकी क्या चेक करें, इंटेग्रिटी। अब क्वेश्चन में अगर आप देखो ध्यान से, थोड़ा सा ऊपर करना था, थोड़ा सा ऊपर। ऑडिटर इज फैक्ट चेकिंग अबाउट द प्रमोटर एंड सीधा उसमें जो केस के अंदर पहले पैराग्राफ में यही लाइन लिखी हुई है, द ऑडिटर इज फैक्ट चेकिंग अबाउट द इंटेग्रिटी ऑफ प्रमोटर्स, अबाउट द इंटेग्रिटी ऑफ प्रमोटर्स। तो पहले पॉइंट में अभी जो सर ने एक्सप्लेन किया कि क्लाइंट जब आपके पास आता है तो आप ये जरूर चेक कर लें कि वो अनस्क्रूपुलस पर्सन, कोई आपसे प्रेशर दे के कोई काम करवाने वाला, कोई फ्रॉडुलेंट पर्सन तो नहीं है, कल को आपको फिर दिक्कत होगी नहीं। एंड सेकंड पॉइंट सर इसमें ये है, एस्टैब्लिश एन अंडरस्टैंडिंग ऑफ टर्म्स ऑफ ऑडिट एंगेजमेंट विद क्लाइंट एज रिक्वायर्ड बाय SA 210।
Yes, terms of engagement that you have conveyed all the engagement terms to the client, and the client has also understood. He knows that he has understood that what is the scope of this audit and what is going to be delivered to him out of this audit, what is likely to be outcome of this audit, and that he has assured to provide you all information, and he has assured you to provide access to all books, records, documents, and he knows that the primary responsibility is for him to prepare the financial statements.
तो पहला चीज, दो बातें अभी तक मैंने बता दी आपको। एक तो परफॉर्म प्रोसीजर विद रिस्पेक्ट टू क्लाइंट कॉन्टिन्यूएंस, कि क्लाइंट आपकी इंटेग्रिटी उसकी कहती है फ्रॉडुलेंट तो नहीं है। सेकंड पॉइंट सर ने एक्सप्लेन किया SA 210 टर्म्स ऑफ ऑडिट एंगेजमेंट। तो ये दोनों प्रिलिमिनरी एंगेजमेंट एक्टिविटीज है। थर्ड, इवेलुएट कंप्लायंस ऑफ एथिकल रिक्वायरमेंट्स। थर्ड है इवेलुएट कंप्लायंस ऑफ एथिकल। तो फिर ये तीन बातें प्रिलिमिनरी एंगेजमेंट एक्टिविटीज के अंदर आती हैं। तो स्टूडेंट्स ये आपको क्लैरिटी में रखने, तभी आप इससे रिलेटेड अब कोई भी क्वेश्चन आएगा, कुछ और बात भी लिखेगा तो आप कर पाएंगे उसे।
Students, I would like to add MCQs में, while you are doing MCQs or case based MCQs, you have always to mark the answer which is the best, which is the most appropriate in circumstances. Now here in this case study, this point is given to confuse you. Okay, although this is also part of preliminary engagement activities, but this is not the whole thing. Compliance with ethical requirements is not the whole thing.
This is one of the things.
This is one of the things which falls in the preliminary engagement activities. Clear students? आपके दिमाग में चला गया या कुछ और something more is required?
Yes, feedback ले लो सर।
Yes students,
क्योंकि यही तरीका है करने का। आप जब केस, अभी कुछ स्टूडेंट्स के क्वेश्चन भी आए थे जब मैं स्टार्टिंग में मैंने लेक्चर शुरू किया था जब, तो स्टूडेंट्स पूछ रहे थे कि केस को हम सॉल्व कैसे करें। अब देखो केस में आप क्वेश्चन ध्यान से पढ़ो, उसमें क्या बातें लिखी हुई हैं, अभी तरीका यही रहेगा आपका, तभी आपका नॉलेज जो है डीप रूटेड होएगा। आपको अपनी जो अंडरस्टैंडिंग है डीप रूटेड करनी है, तभी आप, क्योंकि एग्जाम में सेम MCQ आने वाला नहीं है, केस भी सेम आने वाला नहीं है, तो आप डिफरेंट चीज कोई आएगी, वहां पे आपको हैंडल, आपकी मास्टरी हो जाएगी, तभी आप हैंडल कर पाओगे स्टूडेंट्स।
and students, one more thing I would like to add, please guys, do not go by question based approach. आप ये मत करो मैंने इतने क्वेश्चन तैयार कर लिए, कंसेप्ट्स तैयार करो, अंडरस्टैंड द कंसेप्ट्स। क्वेश्चन उसको आपका क्लैरिटी के लिए आपको क्वेश्चन करने हैं। आपने एक चैप्टर 2 तैयार कर लिया, चैप्टर 1 तैयार कर लिया, एंड देन सॉल्व 10-20 क्वेश्चंस आउट ऑफ दैट. You would gather that after your understanding is clear, then question is these are very easy. These would be on your fingertips. Do not go by question based approach. This question had come in RTP, this question had come in an MTP, this was in suggested answer. If that question comes, it is your good luck. But most of the time questions are not repeated. Only say one question may be repeated, one or two question may be repeated, and that may be worded in different language. So what is the use of it? So doing questions is important, but building concepts is the basic thing. Okay, so you have not to run after that was the answer written in that RTP, but you do not know about the concept. अगर पेपर में एक दो वर्ड चेंज हो गए, then you would be giving the wrong answer. So students, I don't think that you need a break today. I don't think you need a break today, and even we don't need. So give your feedback. Do you should we continue? So question number 2. Yes. Read the question number 2. Consideration of number and location of branches and requirement of financial reporting framework and expected time of completion of audit are relevant factors primarily for what? These are relevant factors primarily for what? Yes, question number 2. Yes, Sonali, Darshan. Only 2 mails have come. Sonali, Darshan. Yes, what about others? Yes, most of you are writing correctly. You are writing answer is B, establishing overall audit strategy. Okay. And Varsha, how you are writing D? This is the wrong answer. You are writing designing risk assessment procedures. How it can be? The auditor is considering कि कितनी ब्रांचेस हैं उस कंपनी की, कितना टाइम लगेगा उसको ऑडिट को कंप्लीट करने में, और क्या क्या रिक्वायरमेंट है जिसके अकॉर्डिंग वो फाइनेंशियल स्टेटमेंट्स बनी है. तो क्या रिस्क असेसमेंट प्रोसीजर है? रिस्क असेसमेंट प्रोसीजर क्या होता है? The purpose of risk assessment procedure is to detect material risk, to detect material misstatement, to detect risk of material misstatement. So how you are writing D? So most of you have written correctly. B you are writing. Varsha, is it clear to you? And designing audit program, it is not at all related. Designing audit program means clear set of instructions have been given to the team, to the assistants to carry out the audit. And developing an audit plan, this we had learned that it is concerned with planned risk assessment procedures and planned other procedures, planned other audit procedures, that is planned substantive procedures and planned tests of controls. Okay. Varsha is saying now it is clear to her. So it is not risk assessment procedure. इसमें risk कहाँ से involved था? There was no risk of risk assessment procedures का. The basic purpose of risk assessment procedures is to identify risk of material misstatements, where things could go wrong. So these procedures are designed, risk assessment procedures by definition. These are designed to find out where things can go wrong. So say if you find that there are related party transactions in the company, from the financial statements you know that they are related party transactions, then you know that there is a risk of misstatement there, risk of material misstatement there. So you would gear your procedures toward that. So this is the meaning of risk assessment procedures. Okay. And relating to it, I would also make you remember that risk assessment procedures include three things. These are inquiry of persons within the management. Okay. Number two, एनालिटिकल प्रोसीजर्स, इंस्पेक्शन एंड ऑब्जर्वेशन. ये चार बातें आपको भूलनी नहीं है कि रिस्क असेसमेंट प्रोसीजर्स में क्या क्या इंक्लूड होता है. ओके. So clear, students? Yes sir, is it clear, or should I add something more? Yes Rajiv sir, is it clear or is it okay? Sir, your voice is not coming. Probably you
Yes,
are
sir,
mute.
Yes sir, yes sir. Yes sir, it is clear.
Okay.
But I will advise the students कि जब क्वेश्चन करते हैं वो, जैसे इसका ये सिचुएशन जो है मैच कर रही है आपके बी एस्टेब्लिशिंग, दिस इज अबाउट एस्टेब्लिशिंग ओवरऑल स्ट्रेटजी, ऑडिट स्ट्रेटजी. तो स्टूडेंट्स, एस्टेब्लिशमेंट ऑफ ओवरऑल स्ट्रेटजी, दिस हैज बीन एक्सप्लेन्ड इन मॉड्यूल इन डिटेल. तो अभी इसमें जो पॉइंट मैच हो रहा है वो ए और बी से हमने लिया हुआ है, जो इसके अंदर केस के अंदर है. ए और बी पॉइंट से अगर आप पढ़ोगे तो आपको इसमें पॉइंट्स मिलेंगे कि लोकेशन ऑफ ब्रांचेस, फाइनेंशियल रिपोर्टिंग फ्रेमवर्क एंड एक्सपेक्टेड टाइम ऑफ कंप्लीशन, ये फैक्टर्स आपको नजर आएंगे. बट नाउ उसमें ए बी सी डी ई पेज नंबर 2.4 एंड 2.5 ऑफ स्टडी मटेरियल आप आज ही पढ़ेंगे. मैं सभी स्टूडेंट्स को एडवाइस कर रहा हूं कि आप 2.5 और 2.6 पेजेस ऑफ स्टडी मटेरियल, इसमें हमने एग्जांपल्स दिए हुए हैं, इसमें ए बी सी डी. अब वहां यहां पर अगर जब केस कोई और आएगा एग्जाम में तो वो दूसरी सिचुएशंस डाल देगा, तो वहां पे आपको आइडेंटिफाई करना होगा यस इट इज मैचिंग विद एस्टेब्लिशमेंट ऑफ ओवरऑल स्ट्रेटजी. तो इससे माइंड आपका ओपन अप होगा. इसको जल्दी में करने की चीज नहीं है कि आपने ये कर लिया इतना ठीक है ये तो हो गया, ऐसे मत करना. इसमें मैं सभी स्टूडेंट्स को एडवाइस कर रहा हूं कि आप पेज नंबर 2.4 और 2.5 पर टॉपिक 2.2 है एस्टेब्लिशमेंट ऑफ ओवरऑल ऑडिट स्ट्रेटजी, इसको कम से कम भी, माय एडवाइस टू ऑल ऑफ यू, इसकी 5 टाइम्स रीड करना. इससे रिलेटेड आपको एमसीक्यू ही आ गया, इससे रिलेटेड 2 मार्क्स का करेक्ट इनकरेक्ट क्वेश्चन आपके एग्जाम में आ सकता है. फिर डिस्क्रिप्टिव क्वेश्चन आ सकता है कि ऑडिटर्स ओवरऑल ऑडिट स्ट्रेटजी एस्टेब्लिश करते हुए कौन सी बातें ध्यान में रखता है. इन एस्टेब्लिशिंग द ऑडिट overall audit strategy, the auditor shall consider, what auditor shall consider. तो ये बातें हैं सारी. तो मैं आपको होमवर्क दे रहा हूं, द डे आफ्टर टुमारो अगेन हम लोग आएंगे, तो आप ये होमवर्क करके आइएगा. सभी स्टूडेंट से मैं फीडबैक लूंगा कि क्या आपने 1.2 क्वेश्चन के, ये बैकअप मटेरियल है, बैकग्राउंड मटेरियल है इसका, आप 2.4 2.5 पे क्या आपने एस्टेब्लिशमेंट ऑफ ओवरऑल ऑडिट स्ट्रेटजी ये टॉपिक तैयार किया या नहीं किया. आप उन 5 पॉइंट्स को कम से कम 5 टाइम्स रीड करके आना स्टूडेंट्स. 2 दिन तक जरूर रीड करना, और फिर आप इस क्वेश्चन को, इस क्वेश्चन के बैकअप मटेरियल, बैकअप आपके माइंड में, तभी आप एमसीक्यूज को, क्योंकि एमसीक्यू ये केस में ये एमसीक्यू बन के आ सकता है, जनरल एमसीक्यू जो 1 मार्कर आते हैं. फिर ये केस के अंदर तो आ ही गया है, और फिर डिफरेंट है इसकी बैकग्राउंड भी, एग्जामिनर इसको चेंज कर सकता है, पेपर सेटर इसको इस एक और केस सिनेरियो बना के उसमें डिफरेंट पॉइंट्स इनकॉर्पोरेट किए जा सकते हैं. मोर ओवर इसका आपका डिस्क्रिप्टिव टाइप ऑफ क्वेश्चन में भी, और क्वेश्चन इंपॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चन है एस्टेब्लिशमेंट ऑफ ओवरऑल ऑडिट स्ट्रेटजी, ये टॉपिक आप तैयार करके आएंगे. 5 टाइम्स रीडिंग फॉर 2 डेज तो कम से कम ही आप करके आइएगा. Yes sir, you can move ahead sir.
So students, like so you now understand, by now you understand how important concept based understanding is. So you should not try to adopt
Question based
learning the answers to questions. You should understand, learn key terms, and then write. Okay. Now question number 3. Taking into account description of planned inquiry and visit, which of the following statements is true? Now the auditor has planned that she wants to inquire and she wants to visit the plant sites or whatever. So which of the following statements is true? Yes. Question number 3, yes. Question number 3, guys, yes, come on, students, yes. Yes, guys, no mail has come. Waiting for your mail. Question number 3. Waiting for your mail. Question number 3. Yes, students, tell me what should be the answer. Question number 3. You are finding it little bit tricky, or what it is? Yes, 5 mails have come. Yes, everybody is writing it correctly. So planned inquiry and visit are planned risk assessment procedures. Like I was telling you, what is included in risk assessment procedures? You remember chapter 4? So inquiry of, now you remember inquiry, but you also remember that it is inquiry of personnel within the company, within the entity. That forms part of risk assessment procedure. If you inquire from outside, would it become a risk assessment procedure? No, it would become a substantive procedure. You are seeking a confirmation. So inquiry of personnel within the management, number 1. Number 2, analytical procedures, because we know that analytical procedures can also be performed as risk assessment procedures. Because say you are analyzing the past year's financial statements and you find variation in, say, net profit ratios. Say you find net profit ratio has increased too much as compared to previous periods. So what as a common person you would think? You would think that Baba, isme that there is more risk in that there is a possibility that profits might be overstated. Last 3 years, say net profit ratio was 10% and now it has jumped to 18%. Then you have not done anything yet. You have not started audit, but you are just analyzing the information. You are performing analytical procedures and you find that this is a possible area where risk of material misstatement could be there. You are still talking about risk. You are not started actual testing of controls, or you have not performed substantive procedures. You have just started risk assessment as part of risk assessment procedures. And inspection, what is visit? Visit is inspection. You are inspecting something, you are inspecting building or machinery and observing some process. Observation is also a part of risk assessment procedure. So is all the thing, all the fundamental, all the circle is clear to you? Yes, sir. Should we proceed further?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now we come to 4th question. What is detailed set of instructions given to assistants in engagement team known as? Yes. What is the detailed set of instructions to assistant in very damn simple students. इसका तो फटाफट जवाब आना चाहिए आपके पास. तो स्टूडेंट्स ऐसा नहीं है, एग्जाम में सिंपल सिंपल क्वेश्चन भी आते हैं और कई बार सिंपल सिंपल ही गलत हो जाते हैं. जैसे आपके दिमाग में सो यू फर्स्ट आंसर देन आई विल एक्सप्लेन कैसे गलत होते हैं. Yes, almost everybody is right. You are writing audit program. Yes. Say a student who is not well versed with this term audit program, then he may write audit guidelines. जबकि उसका मतलब वही है, but this is not a technical term. Okay, so program also gives instructions to the team to perform its work. Okay, so now we come to question number 5. Read the question. The issue of generation of scrap has been overlooked in the audit program. Okay, so the audit program has given to the team, and yes, Darshan, you are writing that you have showed us a sample audit program. Yes, I had shown you. So Darshan, I think your memory is quite sharp and you still remember. Okay, great. Keep it up. So the question is that issue of generation of scrap has been overlooked in the set of instructions given to the engagement team. Now what? So what does this mean? That there is no instruction in the audit program regarding verification of scrap, like how scrap is to be verified. There is no instruction. So what should be the course of action by CA in this regard? Yes. What she should do? So this question relates to audit program. So common sense. So auditing, so guys, it is such an easy subject, I tell you, but students suffer. Students suffer because of their own limitations. You guys suffer because of your own limitations. It is such an easy subject, logical, common sense related, linkages, analytical. And there are no mathematical formula. There are no mode of entries. There are no there are law provisions in 1-2 chapters only. So still students do not know anything about auditing. They just get a blank because you guys do not hit at the fundamentals. Okay. So question 5, yes, everybody has given right answer. Himanshu, Varsha, Diksha, Darshan, Kiran, Guduri, Sonali, Singh, Rajiv Kumar, B. She should modify her set of instructions. Say if something was left out, then it doesn't mean that audit program has been made, then it is fixed in stone. It is a program, it can be changed. Simple, you apply your logic. Okay, so why she should leave the matter to wisdom of management? How this can be correct now? Whether management is auditor or CA is auditor. So this option goes straight away. She should put the ball in the court of management that she was not provided with the complete information. It is also related to this. She should ignore this information as audit has already been commenced. Now this is also wrong. If something you have read so many chapters, you know that if some information comes to your knowledge at any stage during the audit, then you can take into account. You can even revise your plan. You can revise your materiality levels. So it is as simple as that. Yes, students, did you find it useful? Now give us your feedback right now, because we are now going to start second case study. So if something is lacking on our part, then tell us bluntly कि सर समझ नहीं आया, आपने बहुत बेकार कराया, हमें समझ नहीं आया. Tell us bluntly, so that at least in the second study we can improve. Yes, guys, quickly send your mails. Were you able to understand the case study, the answers, the reasons, the description? All the things are clear to you. Yes, student, waiting for your mails. Yes, going fine, great revision, useful, yes. So students, I feel you are very stingy about giving feedback. So 20 students are giving answers, but five are giving feedback. No, this case study we had not discussed, Himanshu, while doing chapter 2, because I had made you read chapter 2 and this was not discussed by me. Okay, so let us straight away go to case scenario 2.
Sir, my suggestion is that we should take up few descriptive questions first.
Descriptive questions. Okay.
Yes, because students will practice 1-2 case studies on their own. In between today and tomorrow, they can practice 2 case studies.
Or should we take MCQs first?
MCQs, because 5 MCQs we have taken in this case study also. Now let them practice on their own. Say, for example, at least 2 case studies, they should do it as homework, and they should learn how to study. But basically our aim is to make them learn how should they study. So this is only a sample, and this is not कि ये उनको करना है. This is only a sample how to do.
So sir is of the opinion.
Students, when we had started, most of the students were on their common question was कि how should we do? So this is what we are explaining. This way they should do, because they have completed the course, they have completed their understanding. Now they have to polish their understanding. They have to, because आपकी understanding अभी raw है, आपको क्या करना है, इसे और finishing touch देने हैं. Or the more questions you will do, the more case studies, more MCQs. तो आपकी understanding एकदम से finishing होती जाएगी. This is what I feel कि अभी हम next lecture में एक और case study ले लेंगे.
Okay. Sir is of the opinion that we should do some descriptive questions. So
because descriptive questions, 70 marks paper is there, and
so let us do some descriptive questions.
yes. Sir, एक MCQ कर सकते हैं जो बहुत अच्छा है.
MCQs are not much. There are 5 MCQs, so we can.
एक क्वेश्चन सर, जो पहला क्वेश्चन है, the term drawing power. सिर्फ ये क्वेश्चन सर स्टूडेंट्स को एक बार करा दो सर, because
yes students, MCQs. Rather, I would take 5 minutes and finish all MCQs, and then we will come to descriptive questions.
सर 5 minutes ना एक ही MCQ लेंगे सर अभी आज.
Okay.
Yes sir.
So
first MCQ में मैं सर आपसे रिक्वेस्ट करूंगा कि आप इस पर्टिकुलर MCQ में MCQ ना कराओ आप. मे बी कि स्टूडेंट आंसर तो बता कि ड्राइंग पावर इज एसोसिएटेड विद व्हिच ऑफ द फैसिलिटीज एज सेंक्टेड बाय द बैंक. तो it is associated with, क्या स्टूडेंट्स आंसर दे पा रहे हैं? फर्स्ट ऑफ माय फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज बिकॉज़ बैंक ऑडिट तो उन्होंने पढ़ लिया है.
yes students, I think I was there to make you learn chapter on bank audit. So yes, mails have come. Students have 3 mails have come. They have given the answer. And what about others? Yes, the term drawing power is associated with which of the facilities as sanctioned by the bank?
Sir, because क्या है कि what I have seen over a period of time कि drawing power और इससे related तो question exam में है ही है. It's very important subject for examination purpose. Topic I should say. So drawing power students इससे related कुछ topic सर मैं रिक्वेस्ट करूंगा इससे रिलेटेड कुछ बातें जो है स्टूडेंट्स के साथ थोड़ा इस पे हम टाइम लगा दें. इससे रिलेटेड एक तो मैं आपको सर रिक्वेस्ट करूंगा ऑपरेशंस ऑफ सीसी लिमिट का ऑपरेशन ही कैसे होता है, क्योंकि कुछ स्टूडेंट्स तो ये समझते हैं, मैंने जो ऑब्जर्व किया है स्टूडेंट से मिलके, वो ये समझते हैं कि सीसी लिमिट लोन बैंक उनको दे देता है. ऐसे जैसे 1 करोड़ की अगर मैंने सीसी बनाई तो 1 करोड़ बैंक मेरे अकाउंट में डाल देगा, वेयर एज ऑपरेशन ऐसे नहीं होता सीसी का. तो मैं आपसे रिक्वेस्ट करूंगा सर.
हाँ, मैंने सर एक्सप्लेन किया था जब बैंक ऑडिट का
अच्छा किया था तो देन इट इज ओके सर,
चैप्टर कराया था, लेकिन मैं फिर करवा देता हूँ
एक बार. सीसी का ऑपरेशन अगर सर आप समझा देंगे कि कैसे होता है.
I got your point. So sir is saying me to explain to you little bit about cash credit accounts, about what are these accounts, what is their nature, and the associated terms with cash credit accounts, and drawing power is one of them. All of you have answered rightly, drawing power. So I would explain to you. I had already explained, but again I would make an attempt to explain to you. So students, cash credit accounts were done in chapter on audit of banks, chapter audit of banks. So what are basically cash credit accounts? I had told you that every business needs funds to run its business, to meet its working capital requirements. Working capital, you know that say I have a business, I am a company, and I want to purchase raw material. I have to make payment of wages. I have to pay electricity bills. Okay, I have to pay staff salaries. So in all these things, funds would be invested. But it is after incurring all these expenditures that the company would be in a position to produce finished goods, and which when sold would be converted into debtors, and from debtors that realization would come, money would come. So for a particular span of time, for a particular period, the funds, the business, the company would be needing funds. Okay, so these are called as working capital requirements. What are these called as? These are called as working capital requirements. So now, to finance, to meet these working capital requirements, banks lend money to the business. Banks lend money to the companies, to firms, to proprietorship firms. So business, they lend money to everybody for businesses to meet their working capital requirements. So you have to understand this term, working capital requirement. Probably all of you know what is working capital. The funds which are required to run the business, to meet its day-to-day expenditure. Okay. And to fund these requirements, the banks grant a facility which is known as cash credit facility. So banks lend money to business for meeting working capital requirements in form of what? In form of cash credit accounts, which we in banking language call as CC accounts, cash credit accounts. So it is a very common form of funding as far as India is concerned. As far as Indian context is concerned, it is a very popular form of funding. Okay. So you understood what is the purpose of cash credit accounts, and why do banks grant to the companies, to the businesses, loans in the form of cash credit accounts. So cash credit account is also a form of loan. It is a funded facility, as we had learned. It is a funded loan. Why? Because bank is actually transferring the money. Now, how it is different from other loans? Now, Rajiv sir wants me to explain to you that how it is different from other loans. So how CC is different from other loans? So students, now we take example of some other loan, say a car loan, and I compare it with cash credit account. So what happens in case of car loan? You want to buy a car, you go to bank, and the bank makes payment to the dealer directly. Okay, after processing your loan application, he makes payment to the dealer directly. So the account of the dealer from whom you are going to purchase the car is credited, and the amount is debited in your books of bank as a loan. Okay, at one go, say the car loan amount is of 10 lakh and the banking is making payment of 10 lakh. So 10 lakh is debited at one go, at one time in your loan account. So how would your loan account would look like? Your car loan account in books of bank, car loan account in books of bank would look like as, say Darshan has taken a loan, car loan. Okay, so in the books of bank, the account of Darshan would look like as 10 lakh. 10 lakh is debited, say on today on 15 June. Okay, then on 30th June, interest would be debited. Okay, say X amount, say some interest figure, say 10,000 is debited. Okay, then Darshan would pay installments on say 31st July, and say 50,000 is installment, then this is credited, and interest is debited also on 31st July. So this is how the account would look like in the ledgers of bank. So understood? In case of a term loan, in case of a car loan, how it operates. Now we come to cash credit account. Now cash credit account, how it looks. Now suppose there is a company XYZ Limited. Now the bank has granted a cash credit limit of say 50 lakhs to this company. Okay, say from the 1st April 23, the bank has granted a fresh cash credit limit of 50 lakhs to XYZ Limited. So now It is not that the company would that the bank would be immediately releasing the funds. Say the bank would be handing over checkbook to the company. Now the company say wants to incur some expenditure on to 2nd April for purchasing some raw material, and they issue a check. They issue a check in favor of raw material supplier. So when this check would come to bank for this check would be there in bank, it would be presented in bank. So the bank would debited rupees 5 lakh in the account of the company. So what would be the balance? Balance would be debit 5 lakhs as on 2nd April. Say on 7th April, the company withdraws a cash of 50,000 by issuing a check. So the balance would be 5,50,000. Say on 8th April, another payment is made for purchase of raw material. Say 7 lakh is made. So check is presented to the bank. When it is presented, so the amount would be 12,50,000. So now how much interest would be applied? Say the interest is applied monthly. So on 30th April, interest would be applied on 12,50,000. Although the company has sanctioned limit of 50 lakhs, but it is utilizing as on 30th April only funds amounting to 12,50,000. So the interest would be applied on 12,50,000. 50 lakh is nothing, has got nothing to do with it. The party, the borrower is entitled to use funds to the tune of 50 lakhs, but it is in fact not using it. Okay. Yes.
सर इसमें आप एक बार सैंक्शन लिमिट और बता देते सर.
Yes, yes. Okay.
सैंक्शन
So
क्योंकि बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट कंसेप्ट है सैंक्शन लिमिट. एग्जाम में भी आ जाता है कि सैंक्शन लिमिट
yes. So this is 50 lakh is sanction limit. So what is sanction limit? Sanction limit means that the limit, the facility which has been sanctioned by the bank, by the branch of the bank after considering the loan application. Say the party has given the given its requirements and given a loan application along with other papers. So the banker would assess your requirements, would assess the requirements of the company and sanction say X amount. Say in our case, the bank has sanctioned amount of 50 lakhs. Now it is for the borrower to utilize the amount in terms of his needs, in terms of his requirements. Okay. So now let us see. So now the debit balance is 12,50,000. Now what is the meaning of it? It means that as on 30th April, the advances in the books of bank as far as this borrower is concerned is to the tune of 12,50,000 plus interest. Okay. Say on 10th of June, some payment comes. The goods were produced and sold and some party has made the payment or somebody has given advance. He has given the check. Say the payment of 2 lakhs has come. So this would be credited. So what would be the balance? Balance would be 10,50,000. So the bank is now, and the borrower is now entitled to draw up to 50 lakhs. So he has already used 10,50,000. He can further issue checks of 39.50 lakhs. So is that clear, students? This is how a cash credit account operates practically. Now, sir wanted me explain to all of you how CC account operates, because they were feeling based upon their feedback that that students are stuck up at this point and because of their inability to comprehend, they give wrong answers in the exams.
Yes. This is what is happening actually. Students actually do not understand how the CC account is operated actually. और स्टूडेंट्स सर ने बहुत अच्छा आपको समझाया कि ये सैंक्शन लिमिट है और आपके अकाउंट में एक बार में, जो आपको इसमें सबसे बड़ा पॉइंट सर ने कि एक वन मोमेंट ऑफ टाइम में आपको 50 लाख नहीं दे देगा बैंक स्लोली जो आप चेक काटोगे आपकी लिमिट फिक्स कर दी गई है 50 लाख की। 50 लाख तक आप पैसा बैंक से ले सकते हो चेक्स इश्यू से। तो सर ने बहुत अच्छा आपको एक्सप्लेन कर दिया। तो सैंक्शन लिमिट आपकी 50 लाख है, यूज्ड लिमिट आपकी 10,50,000 है। एक और इसमें स्टूडेंट्स टर्म बड़ी इंपॉर्टेंट इसी से रिलेटेड आती है कि सीसी अकाउंट जब मैं बैंक से लेता हूं तो किस सिक्योरिटी के अगेंस्ट लेता हूं। सर इसमें एक और जो हाइपोथिकेशन
सिक्योरिटी भी बताया था मैं।
हाँ कि
And,
कैसे ये, हाँ जी,
one query has come from Govind Raju. He is asking good question. He is asking on what amount interest would be charged at the end of month. Yes,
देखो
Govind.
ये देखो कितना बड़ा डाउट है स्टूडेंट को सर। आप सर अप्रिशिएट करेंगे सर कि वो स्टूडेंट यही गलती कर जाते हैं एग्जाम, बिकॉज इसके तो वो प्रैक्टिकल क्वेश्चन भी पूछने लगा है एग्जाम के अंदर, इसकी एप्लीकेशन भी।
Yes. So students, I told you, if you rewind my lecture on the YouTube, students, Govind, you would see that I had already explained this. So the interest would be charged on the number of days the amount has been utilized. Say the 5 lakh was utilized for a period of from 2nd April to 6th April, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for 5 days. So 5 lakh was utilized for 5 days. So the interest would be charged. Say rate of interest is 10%. So 5 lakh into 10% into 5 divided by say 365. So this is all these parameters are already fed in the system of the bank. Banks are not doing manual calculations. You know that they are on the CBS platform. We have studied. So the interest is charged on the amount actually utilized by the borrower, on the number of days. So therefore, this is a reason that this is one of the most popular forms of lending. Why popular form of lending क्यों है? Because students, the clients get to save the interest because they are paying interest on the money used by them. Is that clear, Govind? Yes, Govind, tell me, is it clear? Yes, and sir was also asking me to explain to you security in relation to cash credit accounts.
एंड ड्राइंग पावर का रिलेशनशिप भी सर साथ बता देना।
And also drawing power. So students, tell me. No, Bhumika, what you are saying, average due date, there is no average due date. Number of days. The logarithm is set in the CBS platform. Yes, CC is same as OD. Yes, Varsha, CC and OD are used interchangeably. But OD in current account is different from cash credit. Now I'll explain to you. So first, let me explain security in relation to cash credit accounts. So students, we have now understood that cash credit accounts are facilities are granted to the borrowers for meeting their working capital requirements. Okay. So then what should be the security? So security would also be working capital assets, current assets. So what are current assets? Current assets are stocks, debtors. Okay. So in case of cash credit accounts, primary security is current assets, mainly consisting of stocks and debtors. So we had learned that primary security is the security against which the finance has been given. Finance has been given. Say in case of cash credit limits, the primary security would be current assets. And say in case of a term loan for purchase of car, what would be the primary security? It would be car itself. Okay, say company purchases has been sanctioned term loan for purchase of some machinery. Then in that case, what would be the primary security? Primary security would be machinery. And say the company has also mortgaged some of its property for availing that machinery term loan. Then what would be the nature of that security? That would be known as collateral security, because it is in the nature of additional security. Its purpose is to give comfort to the bankers. If say the company has mortgaged the title papers of residential house of its director with the bank for availing a machinery term loan, then the primary security would be machinery against which finance has been made, and collateral security would be a sort of additional security. Say if the borrower defaults, then bank has something is in hand. He may sell the machinery without the knowledge of bank, but he would not be in a position to sell the property because the original title papers are lying with the bank. He has already mortgaged the same with the bank. So this is its significance. So guys, yes, are you clear? Yes, students, is it clear? And primary security, collateral security. Now we come to drawing power. Now drawing power, what is drawing power? Say students, we had also learned that when cash credit facilities are sanctioned, then borrower has to give a monthly or quarterly stock statement to the bankers. Stock statement, if the facility is granted against both stock and debtors, then he would be giving position about stock as well as debtors. If the facility has been granted only against stocks, against the primary security of stocks, then he will be giving position of stocks as at the end of month or as at the end of quarter. Now these things are stipulated in the sanction letter. So I told you, when a bank sanctions some facility, even a car loan, the bank issues a sanction letter. So the sanction letter contains the terms and conditions, how installments are to be paid, what is the rate of interest, which facilities have been sanctioned, all these kind of things. So in case of CC accounts, one of the conditions is to submit stock statements. Now these may be submitted monthly or quarterly or as stipulated by the bank depending upon the terms and condition in the sanction letter. So normally these are submitted monthly, but these can be submitted, are being submitted quarterly also. Even some banks for smaller limits are now requiring to submit stock statement annually for smaller limits. Okay. So drawing power, its significance, its importance is related to this stock statement. So drawing power is basically the amount up to which a customer can draw. So first we shall understand what is the method of computing drawing power, then we shall correlate it with its definition. Okay. So how drawing power is computed? Say I am a company and I have availed a CC limit of say 1 crore. I have been sanctioned. My sanction limit is 1 crore. Okay. Now, as per bank stipulation, as per terms of sanction letter, the company has to submit stock statements monthly. Now, in these stock statements, DP drawing power is calculated. Now, how it is calculated? It is value of stocks. Say we make it simple that credit facilities have been granted only against hypothecation of stocks. Okay. So say the company says my value of stocks is 2 crore as on a date. Say 30th April. We are talking about 30th April. Stock statement, we are also talking about 30th April. Value of stocks is 2 crore. And there are creditors also outstanding in the books of the company, say of 50 lakhs. So now what is the logic of reducing creditors from value of stocks? Can you tell me guys? Any intelligent guesses? स्टॉक्स की वैल्यू में से ड्रॉइंग पावर कैलकुलेट करते हुए क्रेडिटर्स क्यों माइनस करते हैं? व्हाई वी आर रिड्यूसिंग इट? Yes, guys. Can anybody tell? Yes, why we reduce creditors while we arrive at drawing power? Yes, anybody, students? Students, you are still logged in or you have left? अरे भाई बता दो, बोर तो नहीं हो रहे स्टूडेंट्स? Yes, guys. Bhumika, Sonali. Yes. Now you are sending mails because the payment, if say as on 30th April, creditors are of there of 50 lakhs, it means the stock is of 2 crores is financed by the creditors to the tune of 50 lakh. उसकी तो उसने पेमेंट ही नहीं की, कंपनी है, उसको तो क्रेडिट मिल रहा है मार्केट से, तो उसके अगेंस्ट बैंक थोड़ा क्रेडिट देगा तो वो तो डबल फाइनेंस हो जाएगा. क्लियर? सो 1.50 crore would be the balance figure. Okay. 1.50 crore would be balance figure. It is paid stock. 50 lakh was unpaid. This was total stock. So balance is paid stock. So we also assume that, say, the margin stipulated in the sanction letter is margin. We already know that some funds which have to be brought brought by the company, by the borrower as his own contribution. So say, let us say margin is 10%. So it is 0.15 crore. Okay. So it is 1.35 crore. So what is drawing power? Drawing power would be 1.35 crore. Now it means that borrower can draw up to 1.35 crore. But we know that sanction limit is 1 crore. So in any way, borrower cannot withdraw more than 1 crore. So drawing power can be more than sanction limit, but it is of no use. The borrower at the maximum can withdraw only up to sanction limit. If in this example, the drawing power comes to say 90 lakhs, then although the sanction limit is 1 crore, but the borrower would be able to utilize it for 90 lakhs. So therefore, you have to understand that sanction limit is not always the same as a drawing power. The drawing power can be different from the sanction limit. It can be more, it can be less. If it is more, then what happens? Then the company, the borrower, he can use it up to the sanction limit. If it is less, then it can use only up to the drawing power. So how does it operate practically? So every month the borrowers submit stock statements, and banks, based upon those stock statements, fix their DP in their systems. Okay, so that the borrowers, it is subject to revision every month. So the borrowers can use their CC account up to that amount. Is that clear, students? Yes, students, is that clear now? I have explained to you guys at possibly at greater length, at much great length, to give you a conceptual clarity. At the request of Rajiv sir, I have explained to you at great length. So is that clear? Yes, Rajiv sir, do I need to add something more, or do you feel that this much is enough, depending upon your experience with students? Yes, Rajiv sir. Yes, sir. Are you able to hear me? Yes, so students. Yes, Sonali is saying it was clear in last session only, but I will remember for lifelong. It made my concepts clear. Rajiv sir, do I need to add something more, or is it sufficient for students?
नहीं, इसके इसमें सर रिन्यूअल, डीपी रिन्यूअल का जो रिन्यूअल होता है स्टॉक सीसी लिमिट का, रिन्यूअल का सर और बताए थे कि 1 ईयर के बाद होता है और
Okay.
हाँ जी
Okay, sir. You want me to explain entire banking to them? Okay.
सर एक्चुअली प्रॉब्लम इज कि सीसी लिमिट से रिलेटेड, ड्राइंग पावर से रिलेटेड, हाइपोथिकेशन से रिलेटेड एग्जाम में एमसीक्यूज, एग्जाम में करेक्ट इनकरेक्ट, एग्जाम में क्वेश्चंस, मतलब एक प्रैक्टिस बन गई है सर कि आना ही आना.
Yes, and before I proceed to answer what sir is saying, I would like to take query of Govind Raju, who is saying, sir, why it is only 90 lakhs, what drawing power is 1.35 crore? No, I am not saying this. I say that that if say if the borrower gives a stock statement of some reduced amount, say he is saying stocks are with me of 150, 1.50, my creditors are 10 lakhs, okay, or say 40 lakhs, and by this way his drawing power comes to 90 lakhs. It is only in that situation, in different circumstances. Is it clear to you, Raju? This was say if some different values are given and drawing power is less than sanction limit, then the banks would be able to lend money only up to the drawing power. Okay. Clear Raju? फटाफट बताओ भैया. Raju, tell me.
क्लियर
We
है सर.
are
आपने डिफरेंट एग्जांपल ही डिफरेंटली है ना सर. वो 90 lakhs वाला एग्जांपल ही लगता. क्लियर है सर बिल्कुल.
okay.
You can
So now
DP renewal और बताए थे सर.
yes.
Renewal.
Now sir is wanting me to explain to you the concept of renewal of limits. Now what does it mean in the context of cash credit accounts? So students, you have to remember that what was the logic of cash credit accounts for meeting working capital requirements? Okay. And you know that working capital requirements operating cycle is generally for a period of 12 months. So we in accountancy, we in management accounting, while studying management, we understand that the moment a concern purchases raw material, spends on working capital requirements, within a period of 12 months, it would be able to rotate it. It would be able to produce the finished goods, to sell it, and to realize the amount from debtors. Okay. So this is what we call as operating cycle. So cash credit limit is in the nature of financing current assets, okay, for meeting working capital requirements. So it is a short-term borrowing as far as the borrower is concerned, as far as the company is concerned. Say for XYZ Limited, it would be a short-term borrowing. Now I am also touching chapter 9 here also. Because why it is a short-term borrowing? Because it is for meeting working capital requirements, and that is why it is classified in the financial statements of the company as a short-term borrowing, not as a long-term borrowing. So say term loans are generally repayable after a period of 36 months. So they are classified as long-term borrowing. So short-term borrowing for funding short-term requirements, for funding short-term working capital requirements. Now, therefore, it is due to this reason that when cash credit limits are sanctioned to a concern, to a borrower, to a company, these are sanctioned for a period of 12 months. Say like in the last example, say the borrower has been sanctioned limit of 1 crore, say on 1st April 23. Then it doesn't mean that limit has been sanctioned forever. It doesn't mean that limit has been sanctioned for perpetuity, कि जब तक वो कंपनी रहेगी उसकी लिमिट चलती रहेगी. ऐसा नहीं है. The limit is for a period of 12 months. Okay. So like it would expire on 31st March 2024. And before that, it would have to be renewed. So you would again submit the loan application. The bank would reassess your requirements. What was your last balance sheet? What was your financial indicators? What was your profitability? How your account operated? Whether you maintain financial discipline? All kind of these things would be assessed, and after that renewal would be done. So sanction includes renewal in the context of cash credit limits. Students, this concept is not clear up till final level. ऐसे ही चल रहा है सब, आंखें बंद करके लोग पढ़ रहे हैं. They are having their eyes closed and they do not know anything.
Believe me, students, CA final students come when they come to us, तो ये सारे concepts उनको नहीं मालूम होते.
Look what sir is saying. Listen to him carefully. What sir is saying.
और ये सारे कंसेप्ट्स मैं आपको बता रहा हूँ, सीए फाइनल लेवल का स्टूडेंट आता है. मैं कहता हूँ सीसी का ऑपरेशन तो बता दो कैसे होता है, उसको ऑपरेशन ही नहीं पता होता, पहला स्टेप ही नहीं पता होता. और आगे की बातें तो मैं क्या करूं, हाइपोथिकेशन नहीं पता होता क्या होता है, क्योंकि बिकॉज स्टॉक इज ऑलवेज हाइपोथिकेटेड. स्टॉक ये नहीं कह सकता बैंक को जाके अपने लॉकर में रख लो, प्लेज कर लो. आप गोल्ड के अगेंस्ट जब आप लोन लेते हो गोल्ड प्लेज हो जाता है, लेकिन स्टॉक की हमेशा हाइपोथिकेशन एग्रीमेंट बनती है बैंक के साथ. तो ये सारी टर्म जो सर ने एक्सप्लेन करी है आपको, रिन्यूअल ऑफ लिमिटेड, ड्राइंग पावर है जो सर ने एग्जांपल दिया बहुत अच्छा. ड्राइंग पावर कैलकुलेट करने के आपको प्रैक्टिकल क्वेश्चन आ रहे हैं एग्जाम के अंदर, 4 मार्कर क्वेश्चन आ रहा है एग्जाम में. आपको केस स्टडी के अंदर, केस सिनेरियो के अंदर ड्राइंग पावर कैलकुलेट करना पूछ रहा है. तो सो मेनी थिंग्स आर हैपनिंग ऑन दिस पर्टिकुलर टॉपिक, जो सीसी लिमिट वाला टॉपिक है स्टूडेंट्स. तो इसको आप, इस लेक्चर को मैं आपको एडवाइस करूंगा स्टूडेंट्स, टू ऑल स्टूडेंट्स, कम से कम जो इतना पोर्शन है सीसी लिमिट वाला जो सर ने एक्सप्लेन किया आपको, इसको आप कम से कम 4-5 बार जरूर देखें. ये मेरी रिक्वेस्ट है स्टूडेंट्स, ये एडवाइस भी है. और 4-5 बार जब आप देखोगे तो कंसेप्ट आपका डीप रूटेड हो जाएगा और फिर आप एग्जाम में क्वेश्चन में गलती नहीं करोगे. तो दैट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट स्टूडेंट्स. तो आप 4-5 से कम बार में इस कंसेप्ट पे कंप्रोमाइज ना करना. जितने भी स्टूडेंट्स देख रहे हैं वो प्लीज ये मेरी बात अच्छी तरह से डॉक्यूमेंट कर लें, नोट कर लें अपने. और मैं हमेशा स्टूडेंट्स को कहता हूँ आप नोटबुक और पेन अपनी रखा करो, और जो मैं बातें आपको बता रहा हूँ ना, इनको भी रिवाइज करा करो कि ऐसा सर ने बोला था. 5 बार पढ़ने के लिए हम भूल जाते हैं, 5 बार पढ़ते नहीं, हम तो एक बार पढ़ के खत्म कर देते हैं. तो 5 टाइम से क्या है कि आपके जो कंसेप्ट है वो डीप रूटेड होते हैं, इसलिए मैं आपको 5 बार रीड करने के लिए बोलता हूँ. और कम से कम एक दिन अगर आप 5 बार करके छोड़ देंगे तो बिलीव मी उसका कोई फायदा नहीं. आप उसे 3 दिन तक करा करो कम से कम. वैसे तो मैं 5 दिन कहता हूँ, चलो अगर आपके पास आप सोचते हो कि ज्यादा हो जाएगा तो 3 दिन तो जरूर करो. फिर उसको मंथली इंटरवल पे रिवाइज करना चाहिए, वो आगे की बातें बताऊंगा मैं आपको. तो स्टूडेंट्स ये सारी बातें, और जो कंसेप्ट इंपॉर्टेंट, ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट कंसेप्ट है सीसी लिमिट से रिलेटेड, सर ने बहुत अच्छा आपको एक्सप्लेन किया. आप इसको कम से कम 4-5 बार जरूर देखना. और फिर हम आपसे, जब हम सैटरडे को आपको मिलेंगे 17 जून को, तो मैं इससे रिलेटेड क्वेश्चन आपको जरूर पूछने वाला हूँ और आपसे आंसर लेने वाला हूँ. तो प्लीज मेक इट ए पॉइंट, ये आपका होमवर्क है, आप 2-3 बार तो तब तक जरूर देख लेना सैटरडे तक. यस सर.
Yes, shortly taking one query which was left.
Yes sir.
One student had asked regarding OD in current account, so I had told
OD
him
limit,
or her, I think Bhumika was asking. So what is overdraft in current account and overdraft limit? So overdraft limit and cash credit limit, these two terms are used interchangeably. Cash credit overdrafts, in some banks the term used is overdraft limits, in some banks the term used is cash credit limits, but generally the more often used term is cash credit limits. Okay. So what is overdraft in current account? Overdraft in current account means, say I am a say partnership firm, say BS and company, and I am having my current account. in the bank. So how would the current account in my bank look? Say the balance is in the books of bank, the balance is credit 1 lakh. Okay, 50,000 I have deposited cash. Say balance would be 1,50,000 credit. I have issued a check of 20,000. So balance would be 1,30,000 credit. Okay. Say now something happens that the balance in credit balance in my account is 1,30,000. But there comes an urgent requirement to get honored a check of 1,50,000. Say for example, my electricity bill for pending, which was pending for 5 months, suddenly some arrears have come and I have to pay the money of rupees 1,50,000. Now balance in my account is 1,30,000. So I request the manager to temporarily grant me overdraft. So he would, depending upon my credit worthiness, he knows that he is a person of repute, he is a credit worthy person. So he is not bound by it, but it lies in his discretion. So every branch in charge is given a certain power to give clean overdraft. So he may pass my check of 1,50,000, resulting in debit balance of 20,000 in my current account. So what would it mean? That in fact, bank has given me a clean loan of 20,000. Okay, so it is known in the banking parlance, it is known in the banking language as overdraft in current account. So have you got it? Whoever asked this question, have you got it? Yes, Sivaranjan will be discussing about chapter 9 later on. So guys, are you satisfied with today's direction, today's guidelines given by Rajiv sir? And all the concepts are clear to you? We have already exceeded the time. Please drop your mails, guys, so that we can wind up the session.
Yes, students. आप ये एक एग्जाम्पल और एक सैंपल आपको दे रहे हैं और ये पैटर्न बता रहे हैं कि इस डायरेक्शन में आप वर्किंग करें सब्जेक्ट के अंदर और ऐसे आपको पढ़ना है, ये तरीका बनाना है आपको। इस स्टडी पैटर्न आप हमेशा कंसेप्ट्स डीप रूटेड ही रखें, जैसे कि सर ने एक सीसी लिमिट के कंसेप्ट को आपको एक्सप्लेन किया है, अबाउट हाफ एन आवर सर ने लगाया है। तो आप ऐसे ही जब भी आप टॉपिक अपने आप भी कर रहे होंगे ना, जब आप टॉपिक खुद से भी कर रहे हैं, तो स्टूडेंट्स उस टॉपिक पे आप टाइम डिवोट करो, लगाओ टाइम उसके ऊपर, ताकि उससे रिलेटेड जितने भी एस्पेक्ट्स हैं वो आपके दिमाग में डीप रूटेड हो जाए और आप उसे फिर उसको ये नहीं कि एक बार करके छोड़ देना है, उसे 4-5 बार 3 दिन तक तो लगातार करना है और फिर मंथली इंटरवल पे या 15 डेज बाद आप उसे रिवाइज करो और फिर आप एग्जाम में बहुत अच्छा उस पर कोई भी क्वेश्चन हैंडल कर पाओगे, बिकॉज इट बिकम्स ए, आपके माइंड में ही वो चीज आ जाती है, माइंड का पार्ट बन जाती है आपका और आप बहुत अच्छे से फिर उसे एग्जाम में हैंडल कर पाते हो। बिकॉज एग्जाम में वही क्वेश्चंस नहीं आते जो आप करके जाते हो, कुछ ना कुछ डिफरेंट वो डालते हैं और एमसीक्यूज तो टोटली ऑल टुगेदर ही न्यू होते हैं, उसमें कोई करने वाला पहले नहीं कि आपने करके गए और वहां एज इट इज आ जाएगा। अब ये जो सर ने आपको सारा कंसेप्ट बताया है, इस पे वो एमसीक्यू कैसे पूछेगा वो पेपर सेटर की डिस्क्रिप्शन है, ठीक है ना। अगर आपको ये चीज पता है तो मैं आपको गारंटी करता हूं, अब आप हैविंग डूइंग दिस एक्सरसाइज, अब आप वो एमसीक्यू हैंडल करके देखो। हैविंग डन दिस एक्सरसाइज, अब देखो एमसीक्यू दिखाना सर, वो एमसीक्यू आप नंबर 1 जो आप दिखा रहे थे, ड्राइंग पावर इज एसोसिएटेड with which of the following facilities as sanctioned by any bank? अब आप देखो कि ये क्वेश्चन क्या आपसे, और अब मेरे ख्याल इन विद इन नो टाइम यू विल बी
कितना,
एबल टू
अब
आंसर।
आपको ये क्वेश्चन कितना सिंपल लगेगा?
ये मेरे ख्याल सिंपल, अगर पहले डिफिकल्ट लग रहा था या मोस्ट डिफिकल्ट लग रहा था, आज की डेट में इस समय हैविंग डन दिस एक्सरसाइज आपको सीधे आप कैश क्रेडिट लिमिट टिक करोगे और कुछ भी नहीं देखोगे इसमें। सो ऐसे आपको पढ़ना है स्टूडेंट्स, ऐसे एमसीक्यू सॉल्व करने हैं, ऐसे आपको केस, जैसे सर ने एक्सप्लेन किया, ऐसे केस हैंडल करने हैं। और दूसरा, कोई देयर इज नो शॉर्टकट टू सक्सेस, बिलीव मी। और आप 4 घंटे जरूर लगाएं ऑडिटिंग पे, रिजल्ट्स बहुत अच्छे, मार्क्स विल रन आफ्टर यू, बिलीव मी। आपको मार्क्स के पीछे, स्टूडेंट्स कहते हैं कि मेरे मार्क्स कितने आ जाएंगे, ये कितना हुआ। मैं कहता हूं मार्क्स के पीछे आप भागो मत, आप भागो तैयारी के पीछे। द वे आई एम टेलिंग यू, द वे सर इज टेलिंग यू, आप उस तरीके के पीछे भागो और मार्क्स फिर आपके पीछे भागेंगे। मार्क्स के पीछे मत भागो, मत भागो, मत भागो। लेट द मार्क्स रन आफ्टर यू स्टूडेंट्स। आप तैयारी करो, तैयारी पे फोकस करो। और बिलीव मी, ये कोई लिमिटेशन नहीं है कि हम 3 लेक्चर में आपको कराएंगे। मैंने आपको फोन नंबर शेयर, एक स्टूडेंट अभी, उसने फोन नंबर मैं अभी दोबारा शेयर कर दूंगा आपने। आप मेरे को फोन पे आप बी इन टच विद अस, मैं आपको गाइड करता रहूंगा। और दिस इज नॉट एन एंड कि ये 3 लेक्चर के बाद हम आपसे आपसे बात आप फिर भी करो मेरे से, 5 मिनट करो, 10 मिनट करो, कंसेप्ट में अटक जाते हो वो समझ सकते हो, तैयारी करने का नहीं समझ आ रहा वो समझ सकते हो। इन एनी वे यू कैन कॉल मी, और मेरे नंबर है 9718036119 और 9466789298। आप पहले भी, सर ने भी मेरा नंबर बताया है, आप पीछे रिवाइंड करके देख सकते, जैसे भी आप चाहो नंबर मैं खुद से शेयर करो, बहुत बार मैंने शेयर किया स्टूडेंट्स। फील फ्री टू कॉन्टेक्ट मी, देयर इज नो प्रॉब्लम एट ऑल। So with these words, students, should we wind up, sir?
Yes, yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Concluding.
students, thanks to all of you for listening us patiently. And
और 9th चैप्टर की एक और बात, 9th चैप्टर एक स्टूडेंट ने, वो डेफिनेटली हम कवर करने वाले हैं। इवन सारे चैप्टर्स हम टच अपॉन करेंगे 3 लेक्चर के अंदर। आज
बहुत
जैसे कि हमने सेकंड
कंप्लेंट्स आ
चैप्टर,
रही हैं सर, 9 चैप्टर को लेके बहुत डिफिकल्टीज हैं,
कोई
मैनी
बात नहीं,
स्टूडेंट्स आर राइटिंग।
बिल्कुल इजी बना देंगे सर। सेकंड चैप्टर सेकंड, चैप्टर 12 का कुछ पोर्शन आज हमने कवर किया है, रिवीजन एक्सरसाइज है ये। और एक नॉट एग्जैक्टली रिवीजन एक्सरसाइज, ये तो है स्टूडेंट आफ्टर यू हैव अंडरस्टूड ऑल कंसेप्ट्स इन द स्टडी मटेरियल, आपकी पूरी क्लासेस खत्म हो गई हैं, तो अब आप कैसे सब्जेक्ट की तैयारी शुरू करें, कैसे इसको तैयार करें एग्जामिनेशन पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से, तो इस डायरेक्शन में एक आई सपोज कि ये हमारे लेक्चर्स आपको बहुत मदद करेंगे। और विद दीज वर्ड्स सर आप कंक्लूड कर दीजिए।
ओके, थैंक यू गाइस, गुड नाइट टू ऑल ऑफ यू,
थैंक यू,
सेशन इज ओवर।
थैंक यू स्टूडेंट्स।